2 C mains. As you get a look at the BR Motorsports ignitioneering speed shot cars rolling down the ramp, and we will tell you who they all are in just a matter of mere seconds. C feature number 1 is Trey Marcham, and C is Sam John.
Hello everyone, I am BowserJrXD. Welcome to the Chili Bowl Nationals, the biggest midget race of the year. And it's a good racing event to start off North American racing. Now, normally I'd be watching this on Flow Racing, but it's on YouTube partially because I'm watching on YouTube because Flow crashed and I can't watch the finals there. So I'll be covering the C mains, the B mains, and the A mains. Quickly going to the starting lineup for C main number 1. Starting 20th in the number 55V, 28 years old from Greenfield, Indiana, CJ Leary for Alex Bowman. Starting 19th, driving the number 8K from Kingsburg, California, KJ Snow. Starting 18th, driving the number 7AU from Australia, Harry Stewart. Starting 17th, driving the number 3P from Surprise, Arizona, Drake Edwards. Starting 16th, driving the number 67, 18 years old from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Ryan Timms. Starting 15th, driving the number 91, from 42 years old from Kingman, Kansas, Jeff Stassa. Starting 14th, driving the number 25V, 32 years old from Port Jervis, New York, Bill Van Jr. Starting 13th, driving the number 27W from 32 years old from Roseville, California, Colby Copeland. Starting 12th, driving the number 57A, 39 years old from Benton, Illinois, Daniel Robinson. Starting 11th, driving the number 45J, 43 years old from Medford, Oregon, Roger Crockett. Starting 10th, driving the number 77D, 31 years old from Peoria, Arizona, Dalton Gabbard. Starting 9th, driving the number 19R, 34 years old from Chandler, Arizona, Ricky Thornton Jr., who flew in today from another event. Starting 8th, driving the number 40X, 18 years old from Rising Sun, Maryland, Steven Snyder Jr. Starting 7th, driving the number 14J, 34 years old from Fresno, California, TJ Smith. Starting 6th, driving the number 98, 23 years old from Lincoln, California, Tanner Carrick, who's made a few NASCAR starts. Starting 5th, driving the number 21H, 34 years old from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, Brady Bacon. Starting 4th, driving the number 41D, 34 years old from Marion, Arkansas, Derek Hagar. Starting 3rd, driving the number 3G, 37 years old from Princeton, Indiana, Kyle Cummins. Starting 2nd, driving the number 72J, 22 years old from Mooresville, North Carolina, Sam Johnson. And on the pole, driving the number 32T, 33 years old from Newcastle, Oklahoma, Trey Marcham. Now, for these races, so it'll be the C mains are 15 lap seats. The top 5 will progress to the B main, and there's a second B main group.
He thought he was the Monday pick going into the Chili Bowl, and here he is sitting in a C main, going to start outside of row number 3.
Wait.
Macho Man Brady Bacon here as well.
Okay, talking about Tanner Carrick. You do realize who else is racing on Monday, which is Kyle Larson.
Sure. Take a look at
Ain't no way that was gonna work.
Marion, Arkansas driver, Spike SR11.
Looking at the C main groups, so the Tanner Carrick's in this one, but the second C main has drivers that you might also be familiar with. Dirt driver Chris Wyndham, who also did some truck races, JJ Yaley, and NBC reporter Dylan Welch.
Crockett's pulled his gloves off. You can see that, and he's reaching towards the back of his helmet, almost like he was fiddling around with a Hans.
Yeah, maybe you roll down there and you forget to clip your Hans, and you just want to stop and make sure you get it properly clipped before you take off.
So Crockett, who originally starting inside row number 6, one of the Johnny Herrera racing cars, having a decent day, having a decent Chili Bowl for them. He'll look to continue their race forward. Originally out of California, then to Medford, and now right out here in Oklahoma and Manufacturers Row.
Clinton, if you're CJ or KJ, I mean, obviously you gotta
Man,
go,
yeah.
but it's a difficult task with kind of what we saw in the D feature after the pull shuffle with kind of the rework a little bit. So how much do you temper being aggressive, but also probably going to pick off at least a few with maybe some attrition here?
Yeah, I think you got to be probably more on the aggressive side than not to start here. The track's going to be fast-paced, so if you're taking it easy, it's going to be, you know, these other guys are going to drive away from you. I just don't think you'll be able to make up ground if you're taking it too cautious, but you may be able to sneak a few here if you can just pick the empty lane, whether it's the bottom or the top, and hope that the other one bottles up a little bit. But, man, we just haven't seen the bottom stick around at the start of these races very well all week long, so I don't think we'll be on the bottom here for more than maybe a lap or two before these guys are up hammering it.
About to find out how it plays out. Marcham and Johnson front row looking 4 spots into the B main event. They'll bring 3 more drivers.
All right, here we go. Oh, we're gonna get an ad. Great, the C main's just about to start. And give me an ad. There we go. All right, Marcham leads. Sam Johnson trying to make a move around the outside to get the lead. Going into turn 2 on lap 2. That's who's on turn 1, but I digress. Kyle Cummins in 3rd, Derek Hagar in 4th, Brady Bacon 5th. It is those top 5 spots that we need to look for. Tanner Carrick's now moved up in the top 5 as Hagar passes Kyle Cummins for 3rd. A slide job from Kyle Cummins trying to get around Derek Hagar. Can he get there? Yes, he will. Ooh, but Tanner Carrick trying to move up to 4th now. Carrick's up to 4th, and I see TJ Smith trying to go behind him to make his way up to 5th, which he does so. The battle for 6th now between Derek Hagar and Brady Bacon.
They are 3rd, 4th, and that is TJ Smith.
Oh, we got a caution.
14J sitting 5th right now. Yellow lights out around the track.
For what? What car?
Junior picked off 2 here early to get up to 8th.
Why do we have a caution? Oh, it's like a hubcap or something.
That's another wheel cover.
Wheel cover. Now, during dirt racing, no lap, only laps under green count, and they do use green overtime rules. So only 4 laps have been completed. So we'll need to when we restart, it'll be 11 to go.
Cody Cordell taking a peek at it, going, "Whose is that?"
Whose wheel cover came off?
Cummins 3, Carrick 4. That was the battle you were watching on screen, and guys, it's been one of the best stories of the week. And TJ Smith taking a late ride from Rosenboom Racing as his car owner had to go home and address wildfires in LA situation. And Mitch Johnson, Smith now sitting here 5th in the C with a chance to advance to the B.
Yeah, got to still be on attack mode for sure, though. Derek Hagar's been really fast. Brady's been coming up through there. Keep an eye on some of our transfer cars. KJ up 2 spots to 17th. CJ still back in 20th. Ryan Timms did pick off a couple as well to get up to 14th, but still plenty of time here with 11 to go.
Johnson will bring him back to restart with Marcham following him.
By the way, obviously, I'm not saying makes or teams because I'm not super familiar with it, and especially in the world of midget racing, open wheel and stock cars are my bread and butter. I just give the special exception for covering the Chili Bowl.
There it is.
Oh, the number 3G of Kyle Cummins for Glenn Steyer's Racing. He's gonna have to go to the pits. He's gonna be done. He was running 3rd. Or he has to go to the back. Oh. I think you have to.
Something that's a hot topic for the last 5 years or so. And that is very clearly stated, you know, on each entry form sent out to these drivers and teams that you will not lose your mud covers inside here. That is not acceptable. And
was getting black flagged to the back. You just go into the infield. You have to go out of the track. Right now, he's just circling along the inside. Maybe waiting for the whole field to come by. Anyway, Cummins ain't progressing now. This will put Derek Hagar back into the top 5. Here we go. We're green again at Tulsa. Battle for 5th. Here comes Bacon. It's a blanket for 2nd place. On the inside goes TJ Smith. Tanner Carrick in third. Trey Marcham back to fourth.
It's Marcham throwing out the anchor at the moment around the high groove.
All right, 9 to go now.
TJ Smith making that Jody Rosenboom car absolutely dig as you look a little farther back. RTJ starting to creep into the picture. He wants
Here's the battle for 5th place.
and a chance to move on.
Ricky Thornton Jr. trying to find a move around. He wasn't even here at the start of the day, and he's on the verge of trying to make the B main.
Strung out on the
Ugh.
high groove by Hagar. Now Carrick moves up in front of him. The white
And
board
outside,
of Ricky Thornton.
Trey Marcham is going to fall back to 5th, I think. Oh, man, the contact there between Hagar and Hagar and Thornton. Marcham was barely holding on as we have 6 to go in the C main, number 1. But the battles between Hagar and Thornton are helping Marcham stay in it. I think without the contact, Marcham would have been passed by both of them.
You're just trying to find a way to get past either one of them and keep racing. Marcham.
5 to go.
The cushion, what incredible launch for him. Hagar just steady around the low side, and Thornton Jr. is going to change to the high side.
Thornton,
See if he
I
can
think,
rock
just got
around
4th.
Hagar.
Look at Trey Marcham starting
Hagar is in 5th. Oh, bumpy ride there for the number
here in turn 3
for
and use the
for
ramp
Thornton.
hill.
Yeah, he's starting to get it ran into where it's a
Wait,
little bit smoother.
Marcham is in 4th. Hagar's 5th. Thornton 6th. Thornton had, he didn't get a good exit out of 2, and that's real. I think is going to cost him his chance to progress. 2 to go at the line. The number 72J of Sam Johnson still leading the pack.
TJ right now just trying to be patient. He knows he can't really make a Hail Mary move, but knows that he's got the field coming.
Battle for
as you
4th
continue to
going on there now. White flag, last lap of the C feature.
insurance on Trey Marcham.
Those two just looking for one more clean lap where they don't collide into each other. They are 4th and 5th in the
Here they
line.
come around to the line. Sam Johnson wins the heat.
It changes
2nd place to TJ Smith. Tanner Carrick 3rd. Trey Marcham in 4th. And 5th place goes to Derek Hagar.
Carrick 3, Marcham 4, Hagar 5. They'll keep racing. Thornton Jr., Bacon, Timms all the way to 8th. Snyder Jr. and Copeland round out the top 10. But for anybody behind 5, pack on up and go home.
Yeah, valiant effort for Ryan Timms. He started to figure it out there late, just was mired back in traffic. The highest mover up from the D feature, but TJ Smith, that car looks stout on the bottom end of this racetrack.
Well done by him, providing one of the absolute best runs of all time for car owner Jody Rosenboom. TJ's looked
All right, and that
all
next up
weekend
will be
long,
the
coming into
C
that
main.
the very last second, and that combination has just straight up worked from the time they hit the racetrack. So kudos to those guys.
And if you're Ryan Timms, you're going, if just last night didn't happen, I had a spot possibly racing Saturday night in the feature, and Chili Bowl comes to an end in a C main. The what could have been as you look at this incredible crowd again. We are ramping up the energy as we await our second C feature, second and final C feature to hit.
Only 4 races to go today.
Although we still have cars just moving around. I think we've got a log jam at the top of the ramp, and indeed we do.
So we're talking there for a second about the wheel covers, Clinton, and amongst the texts that I have gotten in on my phone is, hey, I wonder what the material on those covers are, and as heavy and as hard as this cushion is, if it isn't collapsing the cover, that's breaking them out and shooting the thing off.
I mean, if you have a carbon wheel cover, it certainly could be, or even aluminum, but that is a nasty curve to just go smash
All
into
right,
it.
so while we're in this, I'm going to go over the starting lineup for the second C feature. Starting 20th, driving to number 19M, 22 years old from Mooresville, North Carolina, Ethan Mitchell. Starting 19th, driving to number 32C, 34 years old from Collegeville, Pennsylvania, Alex Bright. Starting 18th, driving to number 4B, from Dubberly, Louisiana, Shelby Hinton. Starting 17th, driving to number 54Z, 42 years old from Auckland, New Zealand, Michael Pickens. Starting 16th, driving to number 1S, 26 years old from Lebanon, Indiana, Spencer Baston. Starting 15th, driving to number 3U, for 18 years old from Greenfield, Indiana, Rylan Gray. Starting 14th, driving to number 31B, 19 years old from Clovis, California, Dominic Gordon. Starting 13th, driving the number 25H, 34 years old from Bellevue, Ohio, Cap Henry. Starting 12th, driving the number 2D, 38 years old from Owasso, Oklahoma, Matt Sherrill. I'm starting to wonder if I messed up and said Cap Henry because he's in the 25H. Starting 11th, driving the number 55X, 33 years old from Coleman, Alabama, Kevin Thomas Jr. Starting 10th, driving the number 3J, 48 years old from Phoenix, Arizona, J.J. Yaley. Starting 9th, driving the number 19A, 20 years old from Chandler, Arizona, Hayden Reinbold. Starting 8th, driving the number 8, 30 years old from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, Alex Sewell. And let me check that, because... yeah, okay, it is the 8. Starting 7th, driving the number 89X, 34 years old from Canton, Illinois, Chris Wyndham. Starting 6th, driving the number 8J, 36 years old from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, Alex Sewell. No, excuse me, what the heck? Jonathan Beeson. A lot of people here come from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Starting 5th, driving the number 55A, 31 years old from Anaheim, California, Jake Swanson. Starting 4th, driving the number 11A, 32 years old from Carl Junction, Missouri, Andrew Felker. Starting 3rd, driving the number 60X, 31 years old from Carmel, Indiana, Dylan Welch. Starting outside pole in the number 51F, 20 years old from Bakersfield, California, Brody Fuson. And on the pole, driving the number 27B, 30 years old from Arvada, Colorado, Jake Buback. That is the starting lineup for the second of the C mains. Again, it'll be a 15-lap feature. Then the top 5 will advance. Once we get to the B main, we're going to see some bigger names, obviously. All right, just waiting, and all right, we see the midgets getting loaded out. Fun fact, J.J. Yaley, I think, has the record for most cars passed on net in the Chili Bowl. I think in 04, he passed 69 cars for going from the F main to finishing 3rd in the A main.
the inside of row number 2. Andrew Felker to the outside in the 11A. Row number 3 is Jake Swanson and Jonathan Beeson. Row 4 making up with Chris Wyndham and Alex Sewell. Top 10 starting spots go to Hayden Reinbold and JJ Yaley. Starting 11 tonight, Kevin Thomas Jr. in the ABR 55X, who was outside Matt Sherrill in the second opinion auto 2D. Row number 6, Cap Henry, Public Ohio native, on the inside of row number 7, who's outside the youngster, Dominic Gordon, out of Clovis, California. Rylan Gray and Spencer Basin, your first transfer car from the D. Also following Spencer, Michael Pickens, Shelby Hinton, Alex Bright, and Carter Sarf. Boy, some big-time movers here from the back of the field.
Yeah, Baston and Pickens have to be really excited, too, for the surface that we have out there at the moment. Now, those are two of the guys that in this field do have the screaming hitter killer motors, but at the same time, if they've got a maneuverable race car and can get that power down into the track right now, those two will be just fine, depending on how this sequence is out.
Cool to see Dominic Gordon back into a C-main. He didn't run the Chili Bowl last year, but the West Coast racer is back, and if he can finish higher than 14th in this one, he will have a career outing here at the Chili Bowl.
He's definitely a driver that knows how to capitalize on momentum. Came up to the Jim Raper Memorial Dirt Cup at Skagit and won the second night of the three-night contest. And from there, in his trips back to California, and kind of swapped over for some 410 to 360 racing for a bit, but just started stringing wins together over the course of July. Gordon can get really hot, can get into a rhythm, has a chance to come up and make a B-main event here. However, you can say that about so many guys in this field. Jake Swanson, who has been a regular A-main driver in our events. We've seen Jake Buback up here 1,000,001 times. Chris Wyndham is a regular A-main car, as is Kevin Thomas Jr. and the likes of names that are kind of resurrecting a run in JJ Yaley, who hasn't been this high up in a little while, but we know he's got the talent to do it.
It's absolutely thrilling for me to see JJ Yaley up here in the night program and to see featured. These really go those Avanti windows and doors entries, the Rossi camp. They've been probably one of my surprises of the Chili Bowl, just with all-out speed from all cars in their camp. We saw Justin Peck and what he was able to do on his prelim night, but got bit by some bad luck. But it's been fun to watch.
You know how many A-mains JJ Yaley has made here on a Saturday night?
Well, I know way more than me, but probably several.
He's made 8.
Yeah.
8 A-mains. That's pretty impressive.
I'm gonna guess
2003, 6.
A little bit more recent than that.
12?
But it's been almost 10 years. 2015 since Yaley was in an A feature here at the Chili Bowl Nationals. So he's
not starting too far back now. And the B main, at least, is more forgiving, because there you have to finish top 7.
And then anything can happen in the Bs.
Andrew Felker trying to go for his 4th Chili Bowl A-main start. Kind of a guy we thought may have had a chance to lock in on his prelim night. And here he sits.
Felker has looked consistently good. Didn't have the A-main he was looking for. However, year before, he was right up in the top 3, and we remember that finish with CV Timms and Felker. Felker just doing his Andrew Felker thing, sneaking up on the bottom, and boy, this racetrack should be fairly conducive to a good Andrew Felker run.
Yeah, he's got to like what he sees right here with how good the bottom appeared to be for certain guys in that last C main. So, man, the entire racetrack just looks so good right now. You have options, and I don't know what more you can ask for in these C mains going into the B mains other than have options to move around and try to maneuver your car past everyone around you.
Coming around this time, we'll keep an eye on Terry Maddox. The caution flag still is out, so won't go green next time around. Kevin Thomas Jr. now has the banner for ABR for Alex Bowman Racing in this one. CJ Leary eliminated in the first C feature, trying to join, I believe, Jake Swanson in a B. Oh, never mind. Jake Swanson's here. What am I talking about? Come on, guys. Get it together. And by guys, I mean me. Swanson and KTJ. Gonna try to add 2 more for Alex Bowman.
There's your 1 for the night.
Yep.
It's all right.
My eyes are going all over this field right now. I'm looking at oh, I'm watching him. I'm watching him. Watching him. It's going to be fun, but the lights are out. We are going to look for...
All right, here we go. C feature number 2. Lap and a half. We were half a lap away. Pace truck pulls in.
Main start. Jake Buback, Brody Fusen, your front row.
Here we go.
Fusen way up high around
Someone
the top
almost
side of
hit the
cushion.
wall
There
right
comes
away.
Dylan, looking for second to the inside.
Figure out who's in the lead.
Ken, number 68.
Oh, we got 3 cars on the inside.
Down in turns number
Uh,
2, and that's Michael
Let's see.
Pickens,
Michael Pickens in the
Brandon
54. I saw the
And let's see the number.
25, which was Cap Henry, and then there's the other one, the 3, the 3U of Rylan Gray.
Yeah, just jockeying for position down here. It's going to be about middle of your screen.
Yeah, it was mid-pack. Oh, there were like 4 or 5 cars that were involved. They might be able to get going again, but
Receive a little tap in the tail,
damn,
but that could have
that's
been
one way to
disastrous for
start.
Hayden Reinbold. That was happening around the 9th and 10th positions on the racetrack as Michael Pickens will look to get fired back off one of our D-main transfers.
So it's the inside lane from about 5th row back.
Not to interrupt you,
No,
Caleb,
you're
but
good.
Cap Henry has a Nerf bar into his right rear tire.
See how severe that is. If he's-
Edward, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say it's leaving a little bit of a markland, but I don't know.
Yeah, nothing major. It just, that kind of upsets your race car because your tire's constantly trying
All
to
right.
pull your right rear.
Brady Fuson still leading. Or, sorry, Jake. Yeah, Brody Fuson leading. Booback.
As Brody Fuson gets his spot back in line on
Okay,
the front
Brody
row.
Fuson. That's how it's
Henry
pronounced.
was 13,
I don't know how to
Pickens
pronounce these
15 in
names,
the
so
starting order
I'm
there.
guessing.
Pickens would have been tucked right in behind him in 17th, so not a lot of spots to be gained that happened at the back of the field, but a few to be had for some of those drivers who need a lot.
So we'll try this again. See feature number 2 with Booback and Fuson on the front row. Welch in
Here we
the middle,
go.
row number 2.
Green, 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 green. At Tulsa. Booback trying to hold on to the lead.
Much better run through 1 and 2 for Brody. Fuson's got second still, but now wants to
Fuson
lead.
trying to go around the outside.
Who's gonna lead lap number 1? Off of 4.
Ooh, the
It's gonna be
Booback
Fuson.
wheelies, and that's going to give Fuson the lead. Fuson the lead.
Got it settled back down, made some better turn number 2 as he comes back after
Dylan Welch holding on to 3rd. On the outside, A-car, Alex Sewell.
Beeson trying to knock the cushion down.
Trying to rocket that thing around.
He is to the outside of Swanson, that's 4th and 5th. Felker on the outside looking in, at 6 right now. He's worked his way to the inside.
Caution is out. And the number 5. That is,
Made it up to 14th after starting dead last in 20th.
Wait.
But now he's going to have to go back to where he started.
huh? Wait. Was,
Shelby Hinton 13th after starting this race.
hold on a minute.
But 18th, 17th.
That's Carter Sarf. Sorry. So there must have been a driver that was, I might have made a mistake on the D-main results.
Right now, Fuson,
So maybe
Booback,
Carter, so I guess maybe Ethan Mitchell wasn't in the race, and Carter Sarf, the
rounding out your top 10.
the 21-year-old from Mason City, Illinois, made the race instead.
And remember, too, Carter Sarf wasn't even supposed to be in this race, but a penalty to Ethan Mitchell
Yeah.
gave Carter new life. So if he can try to get back up on it here, single file restart, it's going to have a long way to try to get back up. But
And Carter Sarf
picked
started
up
in the
6
E-main.
spots already in the first handful of laps.
Which is the pace you kind of need to keep. As
So
it gets
he
harder the further up the
and
field you
Shelby,
go.
same as
All
Shelby
the way
Hinton.
back. Yeah, he's got a long time, but it's not going to be easy.
Okay,
Throughout, getting
Fuson
behind the
leads.
green is Terry
Second
Maddox,
is
has the little
Booback.
signal given to the field.
3rd is
Keep an eye on that
Dylan
transfer
Welch.
battle. Swanson has it. Felker, Wyndham,
One of the Alex
Reinbold,
Bowman
KTJ
Racing cars is in
teammate.
5th.
Would love to
Here we
have
go
it
again.
to the green flag with 13 to
4th
go.
is Beeson.
Brody Fusion
Jonathan
absolutely
Beeson.
sails it in above the cushion. Jonathan Beeson up there trying to make something happen with him.
Yeah, got Booback, Welch, and Swanson on the bottom. So
And
the
Beeson
top
trying to
side
rocket
goes.
around Dylan Welch on the high
Beeson
side.
take over 3rd from
It was a
Dylan
dominant
Welch.
line earlier in the day.
Get back to the inside, he's gonna get a good
Side by side for 3rd.
Number 2. Beeson tied up on the cushion, way up over the lip.
Beeson gets 3rd.
Knocked it down.
Kept his foot in it, too.
He might try to go for 2nd as well on Booback.
Forward now,
Welch falls back to 5th as Jake Swanson goes to 4th. Yeah, the 4th.
Second now, gets way up and over the top, but again, keeps his foot in it. Is side by side with Booback for 2nd.
Swanson got by Dylan Welch for that 4th spot.
Beeson
So
up to
Dylan back
2nd
5th.
now.
Dylan's on the hot seat. Gonna run the top side. Andrew Felker, their transfer battle. He's gonna take that spot.
9 to
Swanson
go.
away at the line. This time Dylan hangs on by just a nose.
And now for 5th place, Andrew Felker.
I don't know that I've ever seen these guys 4 wheels above it ever here inside the Tulsa Expo. This is a treat.
Swanson riding rim
Almost right on the wall with just like how high up on the track you see some of these cars. Dylan Welch has migrated up there now.
I think that's Wyndham who's taken to the top.
Or he
Wyndham
was.
trying to come forward. He's sitting in 6th right now.
And Kevin Thomas Jr. is coming with him as well, so actually moved KTJ up to 6th.
Welch's
So
on the
Kevin
bottom
Thomas
right
Jr.
now.
Charging hard through the field, started in the mid-pack in the 6th row, and now looking for
Kevin
Andrew
Thomas
Felker.
Jr.
It's the battle for the fifth
trying to
spot.
join his teammate.
It's Fusen, Beeson, Muback, Swanson, Felker there on your screen, and KTJ with Wyndham waiting in the wings.
Number 2, not good to Andrew Felker. And to the high side, Kevin Thomas Jr.
4 to go at the line. Kevin Thomas Jr. almost getting the pass done on Andrew Felker. Oh, that last lap didn't look like it. Ooh! Oh, to the side. There's contact there. Felker holds on. Here comes Wyndham behind both of them. 3 to go.
Committed, but doing whatever he can to hold the spot.
Yeah, what it did was just disrupt KT's momentum.
And now the
Just brought Chris Wyndham
now the
to him.
stream is fuck. Come on.
And that's what Felker needs.
Coming around this time, it's
Oh,
Fusen.
there we go. Well, it's chugging. I see that Evan Thomas Jr. got 2nd. I'm sorry, got 5th.
Thomas Jr. got around Andrew Felker for that 5th and final transfer spot.
He's got to get that door closed on Felker.
Oh, this could come down to a photo finish at the line for 5th place, though. 1 lap.
One more time around.
That's a
Keep an eye on the
decent
transfer
gap
spot.
now.
Fusen up and over the cushions, gonna walk away with this one. Beeson in 2nd. Here's that
All right.
for the transfer
Fusen
spot.
wins. Jonathan Beeson
Jr.
2nd.
on the outside.
Jake Swanson 3rd.
Andrew Felker and punches ticket to the back of B feature number 2.
Andrew,
Brody Fusen,
Jake Buback
Jonathan
4th,
Beeson,
and Kevin
Jake
Thomas
Swanson,
Jr. finishes
Thomas
5th.
Jr., your top 5 finishers. Felker 1 spot out. Valiant effort with Wyndham, Reinbold, Dylan Welch, and JJ Yaley, your top 10.
Wyndham finishes 7th. Chris Wyndham finishes 7th.
D-main
Dylan Welch
transfer,
9th.
Carter Stark
JJ
got
Yaley
14th,
in
Shelby
10th.
hit behind in 15th, but tough sledding from the back of the field. Brody Fusion wins that one. And now there are 3 left.
Sending home a lot of talented race car drivers, but that's what it is here at the Chili Bowl Nationals.
Yeah.
So Brody Fusen, your winner of that one, and now moves into a 20-lap.
Kevin Thomas Jr. started at 11th and worked his way up to 5th.
Chance for him to work on the race car for a minute.
All
but then
right.
Turn him around and get these Bs on track. Won't take a whole lot of time. Donnie Ray Crawford Legacy Foundation 2-seater is out and on the speedway now, raising funds for the Legacy Foundation that providing scholarships for a lot of local area kids heading to school. Great way to remember Donnie Ray Crawford. And again, if you're ever coming down here to
All
Tulsa,
right, so now we gotta wait.
the Chili Bowl, try to get a ride in the 2-seat.
There, you got Felker on the bottom. He ain't coming off of it, so you got to go to the top. And we make a lot of changes. Alex kind of let me do some wild stuff, and it really felt good there. I felt real stable. I got a lot of drive, so I felt good from the start. I just knew I had to maneuver and not show my cards too early, especially the Andrew there. So if he can't get the bottom rolling, there was no way I was going to be able to roll by him on the bottom either. So I think we got a good car. We'll see what we got here in the B. I know it's a bit treacherous right now, it is, but there's 2 fine lines, and if you can run them to perfection, you can pass a lot of cars. But you know, whenever you get a little bit antsy and you want to go a little bit faster, that's when the shit bites you. So we'll see what we got.
KTJ guys, moving on to the B main. Chris Moore, who do you have, my friend?
Yeah, thank you. We're all got Jonathan Beeson here. Jonathan, KTJ just talked about how tricky it is up top. You were up there, 4 wheels over what's like a little lip before kind of a curb. It looks kind of tricky to run out there.
Yeah, it very well is. I need Kyle Larson to come drive this thing for the B feature, but now the track is tricky. I mean, it's going to take some big kahunas to go up there and try to and do that. We were running on the wall, hitting the wall, whatever it took, but car felt good. If that's what we're going to run, we're going to make a few adjustments, but it's going to be hard coming from the back, but there's going to be some attrition, I know that.
Good luck. We wish you the best.
Thank you.
There you go, Jonathan Beeson. It's tricky and tough out there, guys.
Not all of them had to get all the way that high up,
Yeah.
but Beeson sure chose to, as we saw him again, 4 in the fluff, not exactly fluff, but 4 up there rolling around and moving forward to put himself in position to continue going forward. You had some other guys up on the top. Kevin Thomas Jr. got there, but he wasn't nearly as far up. You saw how much he had to battle by not getting that much further up on the raceway.
Yeah, 100%. But like Jonathan said, you're going to need some big kahunas to really wrangle this racetrack. Watching it right now, we just have a little bit of a spray of water going down on the bottom side of the racetrack. The sweeper's out in 1 and 2 as well. So not necessarily going to work on it just yet with the 2B features still to come before we go feature racing here at the Chili Bowl. But watching Jonathan Beeson there on the entrance to turn number 3, it's like a BMX ramp, and just watching it go up and down, it's just unreal.
Yeah, it's nuts to watch these guys bounce around here, and just what these guys are capable of doing behind the wheel of a race car is, you know, unreal, and that's why this place is absolutely packed to the gills. And you know, we have so many of you great viewers back on Flow watching us live. So
I wonder how many of the shot guys on these teams right now are taking a look at what that racetrack just looked like and went, oh boy, now what?
yeah, I don't know how you really plan for that. It's something we've never seen here before. So you know, I think if you're in a position where you have to be making moves in these B mains, and you know that maybe getting above it is one of the only things that you can do to really create speed around here, is you just kind of stiffen up your right side and really your right front, so that these guys can kind of enter with your right front above it and lead with that, as opposed to your right rear, so that your right front slips up above it. You can get your right rear to follow, and then you can throttle it all the way around. And when you start to throttle it, that stiffness of your right side will create spring rate and grip, and let you drive around it and turn it and shoot down off the cushion at the exit of the corner. But if you're too soft on the right sides, when you go to hit that with your right front or your right rear, it's going to smash and compress the right side of your race car and create a biking sensation or a bouncing sensation that you really can't carry a lot of speed. But there is a fine line in there between being too stiff to where you just slide, death slide to it, and you don't have any grip up there at all, and too soft to where you bounce and don't create any speed.
So this might be over or even undersimplifying the question here, because a lot of our race fans out there are more familiar with the term tight and loose on the race car, oversteer versus understeer. If you're crew chiefing right now on one of these cars, what are you after? Are you looking to loosen the thing up, or are you looking to tighten the thing up?
I think you have to loosen the thing up, and if it wasn't an option to go above the cushion, then I think you're going to try to, create grip underneath. So you'd be tightening up underneath the cushion. That way you're not sliding to it and bouncing and getting tight. But right now, if we're going to be going above the cushion, I think we need to free the car up so you have the freedom to go up there and do things like that and try to create speed within your race car.
Well, the track is going to be a topic of conversation in the pit area for a little while. Brian Ward's going to give an update on what the topic of conversation is in the infield about the track. Brian, what's up?
We're just waiting at this point. I've been working on videos for different drivers. Like this month, I've released ones on Fred Lorenzen and Bobby Allison and Davey Allison. I just finished making one on Bobby Isaac, the 1970 NASCAR Cup Series champion, made famous the number 71 for K&K Insurance Racing, owned by Nord Kropskopf. I might start making one on Tim Flock, the 1953 and 1955 Cup Series champion. Famously drove the number 91 Hudson Hornet and then the number 300 Chrysler for Carl Kiekhofer. Yes, Ted Chester's 91 Hornet and Carl Kiekhofer's number 300 Chrysler.
pretty dang solid right here. So it is something you can roll up on like we saw in those C features, and I expect to continue here in the B mains. Clinton, do you have anything else you need to see specifically down here?
No, you nailed it. You did a great job. The fact that that is packed really hard up against the wall allows those loose crumbles that he is tilling up to, roll up there and create and just build it even bigger and bigger as the entire night goes on. As you see him come back, he's trying to knock down some of that packed cushion so that it doesn't just grow so ginormous that it eventually creates one big ramp, up the side of the wall. But yeah, really tough task here because the guys are willing to just go hammer this cushion and, lay it on the line and build it so big.
Yeah, nobody's scared to try, that's for sure. Like, if it's there, it's there, but...
Yeah, we've seen them in other days throughout the week. When there's this much material up high, they bring the skid steer and just scoop a lot of it out of here and clear it out, but they're leaving it all right now and just kind of breaking it up a bit.
Yeah, the difference in that, Brian, is that when they bring the skid steer out here, they're wanting to scoop off that, completely compressed layer lower on the racetrack so that it keeps moving up and up and up. Right now, they don't want that thing to be any higher at all. They want to try to bring it back down so that there's a bit of forgiveness before it gets all the way back up to the wall. And, guys are just bouncing off the K-rails all the way around the racetrack.
We will keep an eye on it here. It just keeps going back and forth there in the center of the corner where it's really kind of compacted up against those K-rails. Trying to break it up a little bit more. So we'll keep an eye on it, and when they finish up and decide they're ready to go, we'll see where it's at that point.
Thank you, Brian. It's a fascinating situation that we have had, that we have had, are going to continue having to some extent because, like you said, Clinton, they're breaking it up. They're not moving it. There's a chance that this is just going to go back to exactly what it is. The drivers, in a lot of ways, race their own track in.
Yeah, I think there's a very, very high chance of that. You can only knock the cushion down so many times before it just starts to go right back to where it was. And these walls around the racetrack aren't going to change, so you're pretty limited to how far it can go. And we found that limit. So it's just trying to, manage, how much do we knock it down right now and how long does it take to build back up so they can get it just right for that 40-lap feature.
And again, a 40-lap A main to finish tonight off, not a 55 like in years past. That does change the equation a little bit. On track prep leading up to it, we were expecting less time, although let's be fair, last year we had a relatively short track prep before the 55 lapper.
Yeah.
It kind of surprised all of us by how fast it went. It was still a little bit of time, 20-30 minutes, but typically we look at an hour or so before the 55 lapper. Now we're having to put a decent amount of work in this facility here before the B main events go off, before a shorter A main. So the equation is changing a lot in a lot of different ways prior to what we're going to see before the A main event tonight, and it brings lots of question marks with it, and a lot of question marks for your teams back there as well. Yeah, it's going to be something. As those guys already on the ramp for B main number one.
I was about to say, they're anxious to go see what this looks like, and obviously you're going to have to roll this back in as well with some of that loose stuff that Brad Chandler has tore up on the top side of 1 and 2, but I mean, you see Sunshine, Tyler Courtney there, of course, coming up here in just a few minutes. I believe Sunshine's going to start to close a little bit toward the mid-pack, I should say. Actually, I don't even see him.
Okay.
Oh, that's
But
yeah,
it froze
he's on
up
the
again.
outside too. So depending on what the start looks like, I'm gonna have to get after it. But there's a good shot from the BR Motorsports speed shot. Now that we've repositioned it at just what Brian and Clinton, you guys were talking about.
So how about this? Your first 3 starters in that first B main that's coming out, Chris?
Yeah.
Cannon McIntosh, Tyler Courtney, Corey Day. If anybody's going to be able to attack,
Yep.
All right, time to go over the starting lineup then.
give us a
I think.
really good look at what they think they're going to.
I'll just go to
capable
the
of.
B
Yeah.
main number 1 starting lineup.
Ruschenberg's
Starting
gonna
20th,
his
driving to
back
number
just finished the
41D,
blocking spot.
34 years old from Marion, Arkansas, Derek Hagar. Starting 19th, driving to number 32T, 33 years old from Newcastle, Oklahoma, Trey Marcham. Starting 18th, driving to number 98, 23 years old from Lincoln, California, Tanner Carrick. Starting 17th, driving to number 14J, 34 years old from Fresno, California, TJ Smith. Starting 16th, driving to number 72J, 22 years old from Mooresville, North Carolina, Sam Johnson. Starting 15th, driving to number 57, 23 years old from Muskogee, Oklahoma, Kaylee Bryson. Starting 14th, driving the number 7M, 53 years old from Kokomo, Indiana, Shane Cottle. Starting 13th, driving the number 19T, 25 years old from Raisin City, California. And then the stream just died. Mitchell Moles. Great. Now the YouTube stream is down. Wonderful. Starting 12, driving the number 5U, 34 years old from Hanford, California, Michael Faccinto. Starting 11th, driving the number 51B, 33 years old from Millersville, Missouri, Joe B. Miller. Starting 10th, driving the number 81F, 34 years old from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Frank Flood. Starting 9th, driving the number 21J, 28 years old from Warrensburg, Missouri, Cameron Key. Starting 8th, driving the number 97K, 19 years old from Collinsville, Oklahoma, Cale Drake. Starting 7th, driving the number 87, 34 years old from Ione, California, Justin Grant. Starting 6th, driving the number 67K, 18 years old from Glendale, Arizona, Ashton Torgerson. There we go. Starting 5th, driving the number 54, 48 years old from Pleasant Hill, Ohio, Matt Westfall. Starting 4th, driving the number 26, 16 years old from Mesa, Arizona, Corbin Ruschenberg. Starting 3rd, driving the number 41, 19 years old from Clovis, California, Corey Day. Starting 2nd, driving the number 23C, 30 years old from Indianapolis, Indiana, Tyler Courtney. And starting on pole, driving the number 71K, 22 years old from Bixby, Oklahoma, Cannon McIntosh. Christopher Bell is currently being interviewed.
Well, it's going to be, so, yeah, I think that's going to be a popular move.
All right, a lot of interesting things to talk about. Thank
Christopher
you for
Bell
sharing
will
that
start
with us.
on the front,
Clinton, I'm sure you can,
in the front
continue
row
and
for
add on to
the
that, what
second
Seabell had to say.
B main,
Yeah, I mean, he's
alongside Buddy
Get
Kofoid.
up there and try to hammer it as you see Buddy and Chris look at each other. It's just going to pack itself in and get a little bit smoother and, seemingly easier to run. And that gives these guys confidence to go up there and rip it and everything's all good till it's not. And that's the tricky part of running up there like that. And
They're still
we're
doing
about to
track
see the
prep,
best in the
so
house
maybe it was a
in
little
the country,
premature.
absolutely on display in these, B mains and on into the A main.
I don't think it was a subtle difference in attitude, but did you guys catch the difference in attitude between Darren Pittman and Christopher
yeah.
Bell? One was, oh boy, this racetrack, and the other was, oh boy, this racetrack.
Yeah.
Like,
And I think that's going to be a similar feeling across the board. You're going to have several drivers that are licking their chops, and others are going, all right, gut check time. How bad do I want it, right?
Well, you look at this first B main, right? And between Cannon McIntosh, Tyler Courtney, Corey Day, there's 3 guys that will absolutely go hammer it, especially in Cannon and Corey Day. Then you have Matt Westfall. And I don't think we're going to see Matt Westfall up above it just, knocking it down.
Well, just
like
look at
those
your-
guys.
look at
Bottom
your
worked in his
tops.
prelim night. He
look
was
at
good.
your top 6
Yeah.
in that main event. Matt starting inside row number 3. Outside row 2 is Corbin Ruschenberg, and outside row 3 is Ashton Torgerson. One of those things is not like the other. Matt is wants to go down and roll the bottom like he's been so good here doing the years. Those other 5, and with Corbin and Ashton really having nothing to lose here, you might see him running up on the wall.
Yeah.
It's very possible.
I love
On a
TJ's
Ross
right here, just
Chastain it.
bumping. That's a vibe. Like he's getting himself absolutely psyched up, and he's like,
So psyched up with friends in low places playing over
yeah,
the
you
PA
got
system.
it. Oh.
Yeah,
Hey, if
he
they
just-
played that when I rolled down the ramp, I'd be just as fired up.
Yeah, but then they go to the village people, and
No.
30 years ago.
Hey, it's still a beat. He's still bopping. But this place is a vibe, guys.
It's
There are beach balls everywhere. People have not sat down for a while. They're doing the YMCA
we
right
got
now.
roughly 16,000-ish people doing
Yep.
the YMCA right now.
Yeah, what do we see? 20-ish in and around the building? You're saying 75%, 80% of them are YMCA?
I feel like we're pretty good. The whole front stretch is participating.
All right.
The The turn two, the backstretch, they're in their own.
distracted by beach balls.
Yeah, they've got their own
Krabby
thing.
Patties flying through the air.
Oh, yeah.
He's got the average Joes up there.
Yep.
The only person I would trust to beat the average Joes in dodgeball is Billy Madison.
I was gonna say, wouldn't those be dodgeballs then that are flying around up there?
I saw there. Yeah, there was one Krabby Patty going.
Nice. Well, again, we are in track prep right now before our B features get up and underway. They are 20-lap B features in which 7 cars advance from each of them. Your 7 finishers in B number 1 who go 1 through 7, they make the inside up of the back 14 spots. So they'll go 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, and 23. B2 goes to the outside row from there. So 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and 24. And again, very interesting and adventurous track conditions at the end of that C. They have done a lot out here up in the upper reaches of the 5th Mile Expo Raceway to change what we saw at the end of that feature, but how long will it last amongst the many questions that these guys will have? So we're getting the thumbs up from Steve Hahn in the water truck. That is good news.
Yeah, these guys are ready to rip. It's a bit of the Tulare Thunderbolt here in Tulsa, Oklahoma almost. I don't know where else you go that you just get that ramp up the wall style racing that, you know, you get out in Tulare, California.
Tulare is its own unique monster, right? Like every time you go to Tulare, you're
Well, that's how you pronounce it. Tulare, not
you
Tulare.
expect it to be up on the
That's
wall,
where
but I
Matt
think you
Crafton
expect it to
was
be up on
born.
the wall for different reasons than what we have here at the Chili Bowl Nationals tonight.
Yeah, I don't know that anyone would have guessed that's where we're going to land, you know, with all this. And I mean, it's incredible to watch. It's made for a lot of fun.
Certainly didn't expect it to end there at the shootout, let alone here
No,
at the Chili
in
Bowl.
that insanity that was the last 5 laps of the Tulsa Shootout 2025. Look at the angle that the 4-wheelers are going around on when they come off the top of this corner.
Yeah, pretty gnarly as these drivers all get to look at it.
Well, I was going to say, and there's a couple
landing.
guys right there, including Brent Cruz, that you know where he's going.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I shouldn't leave out Millbridge, right? Millbridge always has a cushion up the wall. Sometimes they get there, sometimes they don't, but it's always there and up the wall.
Yeah, and, you know, while sometimes that's the only place to run around, I tell you what is the best place to learn how to run the top is Millbridge. I mean, if you can run the top at Millbridge, you can run the top anywhere.
How much did that pay in endorsement money? Just checking.
Well, I don't know because she's here, Ashley Burnett, her and Jeremy over there in the Rowdy.
All right.
So,
well, they're having a good time then, right?
They're not tuned in to us one bit because they're here in the building.
No,
but-
Millbridge is when it's all the way up and around the lip. So hey, you imagine too, speaking on a local perspective, Port City's got some pretty extreme banking too that you could see being way, way up on the wall for their Winged Outlaw division once they get up there too. And there's a number of drivers here who have got a lot of experience with that. So guys are going to give her a shot as Brian's really playing the hits up in the PA at the moment, right?
Trying to keep the crowd energized. We're just moments away from getting cars on the racetrack as these side-by-sides and other official vehicles begin to finish rolling in the racetrack.
Shocked
Caleb's
me.
over here doing the Sweet Caroline, so we'll let him dig.
You know, normally
Sweet Caroline. Ba ba ba.
This, and it's your audience karaoke and sing along time. I imagine with this going on, we won't see a horrifically long break in between B and A, just because. Let's power on through. That's an interesting shot, is it not, Clinton?
Yeah, I like what we see right here from our BR Motorsports ignitioneering shot. The moisture's quite a ways further down the racetrack than we saw in that last rework, and I think the goal is to not just completely send this thing to the fence in the first 2 laps and hopefully work our way back up to the top. I just kind of wonder, rolling in this moisture, though, is one, taking it away. It's just going to dry it out a little bit as these guys roll and roll more and more. And 2, rolling it in, just allows these guys to get above it even faster and quicker to move up towards that wall.
Well, coming in to our last 3 events of the Dirt Draft. And Dirt Draft,
Come
by the way,
on, hurry up.
closed for participation here at the Chili Bowl. So you are locked in. You have what it is. There is no bonus contest coming up.
I do have
There will be. Oh, I'm sorry. There will. Okay. So there's going to be a bonus contest coming up. But for all of the normal Dirt Draft stuff, we are closed off and done. This was heading into today with the cheater Kyler Hope up in the very front, and Tyler McKim in his rightful place, trailing him behind for just about a
That's
couple
all right.
minutes.
My A main tonight is going to vault me from 173 to the top 5.
Chris Wilner.
Yes.
I have some breaking news from Dirt Draft.
Yes.
So they have added an A-main only drivers contest.
Okay.
And it's not associated with any leaderboard. It will open after the last B main and will stay open until the green flag drops in the A main. And it's an opportunity for new users to kind of check things out if you join tonight on Dirt Draft and us. And speaking of us, with our broadcasters challenge that we have there, they had an anonymous donor reach out, $200 for us broadcasters to win that. Just amongst us, someone donated $200, but that opened up after the B.
Well, if Kyler wins, he just has to buy us all Chick-fil-A breakfast.
No, the broadcast. You're broadcasters.
I said broadcast team, so.
Well, I think that means there's 7 of us that are eligible for this.
Yeah, I'm going to need clarification because
if it's,
I like my odds much better against you scrubs than the guys in the
if it's
trailer.
talent, then boys, watch out, because I'm pretty confident here tonight, and I'm sitting pretty.
You're not
If you
going to mess
haven't
that
joined
one up.
Dirt Draft, join, and that will open after the B main. And,
All right.
Something
I
put
could
in your
be
pocket.
convinced to do this.
Thank you, Blake. Boy,
There you go.
my ears
Don't
perked
thank
up.
me. Thank Clint Dahl. Clint just texted me that owns Dirt Draft.
Thank you,
Clint.
Clint.
I'm just the messenger here.
I appreciate it.
Well, boy, I
How
sat
bad-
up in my seat here.
How bad do I need to embarrass you guys at Dirt Draft tonight?
All right, we'll see.
I've never lost.
Well, you never played.
I've never lost.
Batting 1,000.
20 laps of B feature number 1. Hell's Bells cranked on the PA here in the arena.
There. Oh.
And we
Finally got the
are
cars
ready
out.
to go as cars roll down to the racetrack. 7 drivers will make their way into the A main event tonight. Their chance at immortality is just 20 laps away. Let's see what they can do. The BR Motorsports Ignitioneering speed shot in the corner leads us into our starting lineup with Cannon McIntosh and Tyler Courtney making up row number 1. Corey Day and Corbin Luschenberg are in row number 2. Matt Westfall and Ashton Torgerson in row number 3. Justin Grant and Cale Drake make up row 4. Cousin Cameron.
They're going over the
Cameron
ones that I
Cade,
already went over.
and Frank Flood are in row 5. Our 6th row is Joe B. Miller and Michael Facinto, Missouri and California. Represented in that row, the 7th row is Mitchell Moles and Kaylee Bryson. Shane Cottle, the last of the lock-ins to the B main for this first.
Oh, wait a minute.
The throttle goes
What's
next
going
to
on?
C-Mains,
Somebody's not
Sam
here.
Johnson. First represented Shane in that row. The 7th row is Mitchell Moles and Kaylee Bryson. Shane Cottle, the last of the lock-ins.
Okay,
to the B
so-
main for this first B feature.
Okay,
Throttle
Kaylee Bryson
next
starts
to C-Mains.
14th.
See ya, Sam
Shane
Johnson,
Cottle starts
TJ
15th.
Smith,
That's the
and Derek
difference.
Carrick, Trey Marcham and Derek Hagar. 20 cars.
He cannot get this thing over the fence.
That's not going to do it.
Freaking idiots.
Maybe he can give her the old
Just put
Pele
the balloons
kick.
in the center.
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm telling you.
Sure.
We'll be here.
Warons.
Unfortunately. That's not Daniel. I met Daniel the other day. He celebrated his 44th birthday. He said, I've been celebrating
No.
32 birthdays here at the Bowl.
Oh. No.
But that's not Daniel. Oh, come on.
Oh, that one's getting.
Maybe we need a rocket car. There you go. was that Joe B?
That was Joe B.
Boy.
Get it,
Rocket
Cannon.
League.
Yeah, Rocket League. Did I say Rocket Power?
Rocket car.
Oh, Rocket. Okay.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah,
we got
you're
you.
You know,
That's all right.
I'm not in with the times apparently.
Yeah, we'll just
Okay.
take it around the
Yeah.
fence.
Oh,
Fun times over, boys.
yeah, we got to go race.
I was kind of hoping a couple cars would get
Still, we'll get it in the grandstand area.
Yeah.
It's right over by Todd and his shiny silver helmet. Todd Hardesty from
There he-
Finish Line Graphics. That's the guy with the silver helmet. He's also got a wonderful little beer not dirtier thing.
And a tuxedo T-shirt.
Nothing says classy like a tuxedo T-shirt. The approved attire of Cedar Woolley, Washington. All right. Crowd's ready.
Yeah.
Lineups being announced. They're juiced up just like this track is and ready to go. fire engines here in just a couple of seconds. You guys watching live broadcast here on Flow of the 39th Annual Chili Bowl Nationals. We are powered by NOS Energy Drink. Huge thank you to all of our sponsors. There it is, guys. Motors are lit. Time to go race.
It's lit.
The energy is certainly building up, and I think these drivers now are going to start to go to home, get their homework done, right? Clinton, they took a look at the racetrack. Now that they're going to have the engines fired, some motor heat going on, they're going to be taking a look at every square inch of this racetrack, because now's the time to realize, where do I need to be, and anticipating where it's going to go.
Yeah, here's what I'm interested to see is that all eyes are going to be on the top side of this Expo Raceway. They're going to be, absolutely checking it out. When do we go? How high do we go? How hard do we go? What is that going to open up for a guy like Matt Westphal on the bottom of this racetrack with maybe some clean lane because everyone's over anxious to get to the top? We could be bouncing around, left and right on the high side of the racetrack. Matt Westphal could roll some hot bottom right by these guys.
Absolutely, 100%. As we await the formation signal as the rest of the field gets lined back up, but an opportunity to learn more about your race car when you're Tyler Courtney, Camden McIntosh, Corey Day at the front of the field, Corbin Ruschenberg, the youngster, looking for a career outing at the Chili Bowl Nationals. As you look at Sunshine, we saw teammate Kyle Larson looking at the racetrack. We'll see him obviously on the pole in the A main, going to watch his teammate try to advance to the back of the B main. Kaylee Bryson's going to come from deep in this one. Haven't talked much about her. What an outdoor season she had, and looking for her third Chili Bowl A-main start.
Corey Day, they swapped engines on this race car.
They did.
Neither of the engines within this team that Willie and Cole Kane have are what you would call new. Most of them are Corey's age or even slightly they're older, but one of them was 15 pounds lighter than the other. That's what they tried to run for Race of Champions and run for preliminary night here. And they've made the swap back to the other engine for tonight's tonight's B-main event.
And the other engine is the one that won the prelim last year. That was under the hood.
We talked a little bit earlier about, this having your left front up in the air, flying the front end. That's not how you create speed around here. And the racetrack's just a bit different this year for whatever reason. And so having that extra weight up there be good for these guys to help keep that nose down, keep Corey's hands in play. That way the front wheels aren't flying around. And, when he buries it in the cushion, that weight's going to hold your left front corner down, which is all really good things. And if we have to get up here and go absolutely rip above the cushion, that extra weight is going to be Corey's best friend.
Waiting for the race to start, I was getting some stuff on Tim Flock, and I made a mistake. He's the 1952 champion, not the 1953 champion. 1953 was Herb Thomas's second title.
When I want it to transfer the right way here around a 5th mile racetrack. It's not like, and you see the in-car videos of these guys running, their throttle time is minimal. 30% of the racetrack at a max, maybe 40 when it's gets slick.
Yeah, you spend,
what the heck?
A lot more time in throttle around the corners here than you do the straightaways. You can run, almost wide open all the way through the corner. When you get the straightaway, you're going to have to backpedal because the straightaways are so slick, but it's for a short amount of time. It's not that big a deal. You're not trying to build speed down the straightaways. You got to build your speed through the corner and carry that down the straightaways.
Some of the best at doing it are up in the front of this B feature in McIntosh, the former multiple-time winner on a Monday night. Tyler Courtney, that car really came alive in the A-main event last night after putting it through the works and having to find some of that grip and speed during the week. We'll see how this all plays out as Chris Wilner lights out in B-main number 1.
Time to find out who's going to tag the tail of tonight's 40-lap A-main event. One more opportunity to get yourself.
All right, here we go. Time to start the first B-main 20 laps. Let's do it. We're on the outside, the number 23, Tyler Courtney takes the lead. Corbin Ruschenberg to second. I think Corey Day is trying to make a move for third. Day is in third, but here comes Camden McIntosh trying to get around. No. And remember, it's top 7 that advance to the A.
Quickly, they're going to start to really run the top end.
Yeah, 2-3 laps. These guys so far underneath the cushion, but how
Ooh,
for the first
that's
guy
a
trying to
7.
get up above it.
Austin Torgerson.
That was Torgerson, I think a little bit farther back that tried to go
Ashton
to the
Torgerson,
fluff
excuse
back
me.
there. Following there is Justin Grant.
Back in
And
ninth
Monster Energy
now.
Drink 87, but the entire top
Right now he's
10 is
behind
running around. First car on the bottom,
the number
surprise, surprise,
87
Matt Westphal.
of Justin Grant. Ooh.
Yeah, big bomb by Corey Day.
Corey
right
Day.
there from Ruschenberg.
Slide jobs. Corbin Ruschenberg to get to second. Here comes Cannon McIntosh back at it. Still can't get a run there. He's got Cale Drake behind him. Corbin Ruschenberg makes the pass for second. We have a caution. It is the number 72 J of Sam Johnson, who won the C main that had cars advance to this race.
Drake, Flood, and Torgerson are your 7 when we're going to be coming back to green.
This is where it gets really critical on running this high side and how these guys roll us in as we get a look at a iBox Springs instant replay.
Now I don't know how they choose who what the rows are, because both B mains advancers go to the same A main, so I'm gonna assume I'm gonna line it up by row.
See Cannon McIntosh rolling into it early. Yeah, he got up in it, at corner entry, not in the middle, not on exit, and that's gonna create just a little bit of a flatter spot that you can drive in on that part and not have to bounce up over the cushion as you're trying to get above it. So you can manipulate a lot right here. See Cannon rolling that in, just trying to keep it flat so that he can have the option to get up there, and then he chooses to come down point to drop back underneath the cushion.
On starts and restarts, Ruschenberg's been pretty aggressive. Traditionally, we've seen him swing out of line, try some different things. That could open up opportunity not only for him, but the guys behind him for some passing. So keep your eyes on the car in the 3rd running order here. That might be the go spot on this restart.
I think it'd be smart to fire on the top side of the racetrack.
Yeah, they all do right
That's
there.
a common thing.
Back under the
Here we go again.
Here goes Corey Day to the bottom of the racetrack.
He's trying to get a move on Tyler Courtney. Courtney on the high side keeps the lead. When we come by, we'll have 14 to go.
Number 1 is Courtney will continue to lead, but here comes Corey Day, closing ever so close to the lead.
He's got the car speed to keep throwing bombs at him if he wants to go
Ooh,
away right.
slipped on the back stretch, and this allows Ruschenberg to get back to second place. Corey Day sweeps by on the inside. Oh, what a slide job. That forces Ruschenberg to hit the brakes, and we have another caution, this time for the number 32T of Trey Marcham, another one of the transfer cars.
Transfer battle, we've had battles in 4th and 5th, and also now with Corbin Ruschenberg and Corey Day getting after it.
And those two need to be careful because it is tricky on the exits here. If they're going to get to the point where they're trading bumper tag, that could ruin one or both of their races in a big hurry because your margin for error is very small.
Cameron Key, 1 spot out in that 8th position. Clinton, boy,
Cameron's trying to take the battle with Frank Flood, and meanwhile Justin Grant's trying to take the battle with Cameron. I really think it would probably be in Justin's best interest to let Cameron, have his way with Frank Flood. Both of those guys seem faster than Frank. You don't really have to worry about pressure from Matt Westphal from behind. Opens up a gap to Mitchell behind him. So, man, it's just, it's so tough to stay patient, right? But we do have 13 laps to go.
Coming to the 1 to go signal, 7 down, 13 to go. Still plenty of time, but battles are absolutely raging here inside the Expo Center with Tyler Courtney, Corbin Ruschenberg, your top 2, with Corey Day, Cannon McIntosh, Cale Drake, the top 5. Final 2 in for now, Ashton Torgerson and Frank Flood as Courtney leads the field around the outside. Down the hill we go.
Here we go again.
It's an interesting choice for Courtney.
Ruschenberg is still in second. Man, Corey Day, the left side tires were not on the ground in the first 2 turns, but he keeps it steady, holding on to 3rd place. Corbin Ruschenberg trying to get down to Tyler Courtney, chasing him around the high end of the track. Oh, here goes Ruschenberg, tries to get to the lead, slides clear. Oh, he gets the lead. Justin Grant around Flood, but the problem is that the transfer spot is a ways ahead. Flood takes back the spot that Grant took back on turns 1 and 2. Oh, we got another car around. It's Marcham around again. Caution with 9 to go.
Was 7th on that last lap. Will take over the final transfer spot. But
Oh, man.
Cameron Key absolutely all-out war at this point.
Yeah. I mean, multiple guys right there involved, and I don't know how you beat this racing right now.
Good
We just
stuff.
need to say green.
Yes. Brian Ward on the scene for Marcham.
Yeah, he got up over the back end of another car, made some contact, and it got the right side nerf bar pushed back into the right rear tire. I heard you talk, and it's punctured. It's got a hole in it, so even if he is able to continue, they're going to have to change the right rear tire.
We talked about it. Matt Westfall's not going to leave the bottom much. Clinton Boyles, those two getting after it. He just started to just poke his nose into that battle as well.
Starts to close right back in. It doesn't take long, and the top's only going to get, trickier.
We've seen a couple of guys dip to the bottom for just a start and a restart, but the only guy consistently down there is Westfall, and he's making it work. Yes, he's backed up just a little bit, but he's in it. He's in the fight still.
Off to the work area goes Trey Marcham.
Guys, on the last completed lap.
Yep. Corbin Ruschenberg did take the lead. We called it.
Wow.
We called it in the side-by-side. We were watching Cameron Key put the slider on Tyler
You just
Courtney.
don't know where to watch on the racetrack.
I
There's
know.
so much stuff going on.
Luckily, it was in my peripheral vision here in the Brian Kabinski broadcast booth. As again, Marcham, I don't even think they have a tire ready, so up the ramp he's going to go. And Trey Marcham's Chili Bowl comes to a close.
Yeah.
Pretty successful one for him, too.
9-lap shootout here in B feature number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, pull those belts tight because this one's far from over. Keep an eye on that final transfer spot as now Corbin Ruschenberg has the point with Tyler Courtney and Corey Day in tow.
There we go again. Corey trying to get already a move on Tyler Courtney right at the start. Bouncing off the berm. Unsuccessful. 3 wide for a transfer spot. Well, 3 wide again. Again, keep track of this. I think I see 4th through 7th there. Justin Grant trying to find a move on Flood.
Grant's on the outside looking in. The My Race Pass 81 of Flood trying to get underneath Torgerson and hold the spot.
Ooh, a send by Justin Grant. Takes another spot. This time from Ashton Torgerson. But Flood came by the inside also by Torgerson. They're both now in transfer possessions with Ashton Torgerson and Cameron Key behind. And we've got another caution. Tanner Carrick, the number 98.
3 laps at a time of the best racing you'll ever
6 to go. Next time we go green.
Carrick was running back in the 15th position at the time of the caution. We'll take a look at the iBox Springs instant replay coming at you here on the speed shot. Just locked it up.
So your slight development out of that one is you saw a couple more drivers down around the bottom, Clinton.
Yeah, these guys get racing and throwing slide jobs around the top, and that's when you can make time on bottom. We're definitely getting to that point. 6 to go.
Westfall had started sneaking in there, but Flood consistently downstairs. He took 6th on the last time that we scored him by. So Ruschenberg, Courtney, and Day, McIntosh, Drake, now Flood 6, Grant 7, and it's Ashton Torgerson in 8 on the outside looking in with Key and Westfall still knocking on the door and trying to find their way through.
It's got to be smart on these restarts if you're, around that transfer position that you don't slide the guy in front of you just to be sliding them and, open up yourself to the guys behind you.
If you're from 7th to 10th, you are certainly still in this thing because you are absolutely going to have to get up after it here once the lights go out. 6 laps to go. Justin Grant in the hot seat in 7th.
Realistically, only your top 4 are safe right now because Drake was getting run up on amongst that group too.
Terry Maddox has the furled up green flag ready to go. 6 to go.
Here we go again.
McIntosh pulling to the bottom and slinging himself upstairs. Here's Drake trying to slide to 3rd.
Wow.
Hale Drake gets himself out of trouble in a hurry. And Frank Flood looking to take advantage as well. Flood on the bottom moving forward. McIntosh
power move, and Kale Drake's not done either. Corey Day is now the victim as Day is going to run the top side behind Kale Drake in that 4th spot. Look out, here comes
Corey
Frank
Day's
Flood
back to, I think, 5th spot.
4 to go. It's McIntosh on the bubble.
Yes, behind Kale Drake and Frank Flood. Behind them, Justin Grant and a new driver in the transfer spot, Matt Westfall. Ooh. Cannon McIntosh now in play. Him and Ashton Torgerson both got ready to get past Matt Westfall. It's a 3-way battle for 7th place. 2 to go. Now it's McIntosh up front. Up front in 7th. Basically is what I meant. Last lap. Anyone have anything for McIntosh? Here they come. Looks like the 71 is going to be safe. Ruschenberg wins. Then Drake, Day, Courtney, Flood, Grant, or Wait. McIntosh and Grant? No, McIntosh, Flood. Okay.
Holy smokes. Corbin Ruschenberg takes it over Kale Drake, Corey Day, Tyler Courtney, Justin Grant, your top 5. McIntosh, Hail Mary last lap gets to 6th. Frank Flood,
okay, so Ruschenberg, Corbin Ruschenberg is 1st. Kale Drake 2nd. Corey Day 3rd. Tyler Courtney 4th. Justin Grant 5th. Cannon McIntosh 6th. Frank Flood in 7th. Tanner Carrick was out. Haley Bryson does not advance.
They went absolutely flying off with about 2 or 3 to go, and the track officials are heavily looking at that, trying to decipher who it is, and we've seen penalties assessed for mud covers coming off. So
Another one came off?
Flood is
nothing
never
official till it's official.
Flood has never made an A main, Chris. Here at the Chili Bowl.
Taking a look from our top of the ramp camera. Corbin Ruschenberg, your winner. A lot of emotions, mostly happy up there.
Making his first A main.
Yeah. Doesn't have a lot of Chili Bowl appearances. If I remember correctly, he's only probably been to the Chili Bowl at least twice. Corbin Ruschenberg, a young gasser.
Ruschenberg is 16.
It'll be Courtney
Right now, he's the youngest driver in the A main.
Be Corey Day's 3rd. Cannon McIntosh.
While you look up the rest of our starters, Chris Moore is at the top of the ramp. Chris Moore, what a B feature. You're here with Cannon McIntosh.
Yeah, that was wild. This guy drove his tail off, made the show, and then got out very unhappy. First of all, what were you unhappy about?
Yeah, I mean, Kale just fires off on the restart, tries to slide the whole field. I mean, we're all in a transfer, and not to mention we're teammates. About junks Corey in front of me, and then, I mean, I fall out of a transfer right there with like 5 to go. Yeah, just not using his head. I mean, it's one thing if you're right there on the bubble, but he's running 5th. I mean, we're both well in, just not very smart. But yeah, hats off to the KKM crew. We were able to fight back. I mean, I just started riding the wall there at the end and made it work. So, yeah, big thanks to this group, Mobile One, Toyota Racing. Everyone on board, we're going to go get him in the feature.
I was going to say, tell me about that battle, that fight. You were back to 9th at one point. You had to split the middle of Matt Westfall and your teammate, Ashton Torgerson. You guys were really going at it. What kind of, I'd imagine you had a fire lit under you when you fell back to 9th there.
Yeah, for sure. You know, there for a brief moment, I thought it was over, and I just stayed in it. You know, this race means a lot to me, and you can't win it if you're not even in it. So did everything we could to fight and get back in, and got it back in position. So, yeah, we're going to go give it all in this feature, and I'm not going to leave anything out there.
Great job.
Thank you.
Cannon McIntosh fights his way into the show. Blake Anderson has a young man who drove his tail off as well.
Yeah, did he ever? Corbin Ruschenberg, you're in the show, and not only that, do you think you made a statement there pulling away from the teams that you just pulled away from?
I hope I did. I feel like I'm one of the most underrated people coming in here. Not trying to be cocky or anything, but just the speed I've had this last season with the midgets, and you know, I've honestly felt super great this season. So, you know, thankfully the Tanner and the whole team, and you know, they've given me a stellar car, and I think it just showed right there. But can't thank the whole team enough.
Making some changes on this for the A-main. I heard maybe some shock changes getting you even more dialed.
Yeah, that last lap I think I broke a shock, just pushing it too hard, and I felt like, you know, we got a lot of talent behind us, so I felt like I had to keep it going, just keep my momentum going. But obviously, I guess they said I pulled away a lot, and now it's maybe cost us some parts. So not good, but hey, we're in the A.
Nice shot of confidence for you to be able to do that. I mean, you pulled away from multiple USAC National Media Champions there.
Yeah, I feel pretty good, but hopefully we can show what we have in the A.
All right, Corbin Ruschenberg's in, guys. He's feeling very confident.
As he should be.
Absolutely.
So it is 5 A mains now for McIntosh and 2 in a row for Cale Drake because he made it last year.
Guys, I'm sorry, I like to butt in here. I do apologize. I was talking to officials out there because you guys recognized that there was a mud cover out trackside, correct?
Mhm.
Yes. So there will be no penalty assessed because there was no caution for that debris. He said if there was a caution that was going to be thrown because of that, that driver that was missing a mud cover would have been penalized. But since there was no caution for that debris, no one is going to get penalized.
Thank you, Earl, for that update. Good clarification. Here's the IBOC instant replay.
I really like how Cale Drake fires off right there. I mean, you just set yourself up for the opportunity to slide Cannon.
Well, you got Cannon and Corey.
Yeah, I mean, he cleared them both pretty big. I don't know what more do you want out of the kid. Phenomenal restart, really, if you ask me. He picked a different line to fire off, and
I mean, it's the B main at the Chili Bowl, Clinton. Like,
yeah, we've seen a lot worse for a lot less this week.
Yes, we have.
I understand Cannon's frustrations, and that sequence of events didn't play out how he wanted it. But I don't think you can blame Cale there for anything because he never even came close to touching anyone or doing anything wrong in my eyes.
But going back up front, Corbin Ruschenberg, you hear him say I'm probably one of the most underrated drivers, and certainly I thought his performance on his prelim night shocked a lot of people. It certainly wasn't without some excitement, but he maintained that energy in this building. You get put in the front row of a B feature in a late race restart, and you drive away from those drivers. For a guy who's making his second Chili Bowl appearance in his first Chili Bowl A main, that's pretty impressive.
Absolutely. Let's check in with Earl with K1 Race Gear interview.
Yeah, I got Cale Drake here with me, dude, and walk me through that race. That was a wild one out there.
Man, it sure was. I had a bad, fast race car. Caleb Wyrick had this thing on rails. Huge thanks to the entire Keith Coons Motorsports
We just
team
gotta
for giving me
wait
this
for B main 2. Starting lineup for that one. Starting 20th, driving the number 55X, 33 years old, from Cullman, Alabama, Kevin Thomas Jr. Starting 19th, driving the number 27B, 30 years old, from Arvada, Colorado, Jake Bubeck. Starting 18th, driving the number 55A, 31 years old, from Anaheim, California, Jake Swanson. Starting 17th, driving the number 8J, 36 years old, from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, Jonathan Beeson. Starting 16th, driving the number 51F, 20 years old, from Bakersfield, California, Brody Fusen. Starting 15th, driving the number 4Y, 14 years old, from Bakersfield, California, Jet Yantis. Starting 14th, driving the number 86X, 37 years old, from Olive Branch, Mississippi, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Starting 13th, driving the number 5P, 26 years old, from Monrovia, Indiana, Justin Peck. Starting 12th, driving the number 9U, from Bridgeton, New Jersey, Kyle Spence. Starting 11th, driving the number 29S, 21 years old, from Sand Springs, Oklahoma, Hank Davis. Starting 10th, driving the number 52, 29 years old, from Sapulpa, Oklahoma, Blake Hahn. Starting 9th, driving the number 56E, 31 years old, from Salina, Oklahoma, Tyler Edwards. Starting 8th, driving the number 885, 52 years old, from Tucson, Arizona, Jerry Coons Jr. Starting 7th, driving the number 67W, 20 years old, from Galloway, Ohio, Jacob Denny. Starting 6th, driving the number 43, 16 years old, from Columbus, Indiana, Gunnar Setzer. Starting 5th, driving the number 29, 34 years old, from Douglasville, Pennsylvania, Tim Buckwalter. Starting 4th, driving the number 21, 46 years old, from Owasso, Oklahoma, Darren Pittman. Starting 3rd, driving the number 71M, 16 years old, from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Brent Cruz. Starting outside pole, driving the number 71W, 30 years old from Norman, Oklahoma, Christopher Bell. And on the pole, driving the number 71, 23 years old from Pen Grove, California, Buddy Kofoid. Oh shit, we started.
Like he did on Thursday, just absolutely hounding over
Right, okay, it's Kofoid and Bell up front. Bell, I think, just took the lead. Hard to tell because there's multiple cars with the number 71 and a running 1, 2, 3. But I think Bell in the Ream car just took the lead. Yep, I'm right. Cruz runs second. Buckwalter fourth. Denny fifth. Edwards sixth. Davis seventh.
Hank Davis from 11th, already to 7th inside a transfer spot as Pittman gets tied up over the
Big battle for the lead.
Battle for the lead up to your left, and on your right, here comes Jerry Coons Jr. up to 9th, looking for Pittman in 8th.
Edwards now has the 7th and final transfer as he's working upstairs around this racetrack. Great battles all over the place.
Slider for your lead there, guys. Christopher Bell's got it.
Bell continues to hold off Kofoid, but for how much longer? Gonna be 14 to go at the line.
Denied on his prelim night for the first time in over a decade, looking to get back to the A feature and looking really sporty.
One car looked really bumpy. The number 67, Jacob Denny.
Davis, this is right at the tail end of the lock-in spots.
Tim Buckwalter holding on in fourth. Brent Cruz not really close ahead.
Those three drivers are all in. Davis, Edwards, and Denny. It's Coons Jr. on the outside looking in, who's not in your screen at the moment.
Ooh.
Denny bikes are up.
Yeah, another wheel hopping for Jacob Denny.
In and behind them and trying to catch up. Now it is 4th place coming into the screen.
Buddy Kofoid launched one from Catoosa, Oklahoma there, trying to get around Christopher Bell. Couldn't get it done that time around as Bell will slide himself to protect the lead. We continue to watch the battle for 7th on the right side.
On the right side, 7th and in, though. That is 6th and 7th. You're seeing in your screen with Edwards down low and Denny up high. Just trying to get further away from the rest of the field. Up front for your
Kofoid
lead.
challenging again for the lead. 10 to go, now 9 to go.
Just absolutely working each other over.
I feel like this is the Chili Bowl
This is the battle you should see at the end of the in the A main, not the B main.
into turns 3 and 4. He'll go to the top side, and once again, Christopher Bell running the slider line to protect, but Buddy's there.
He's got the slider line figured out where he can slide it.
Stenhouse hasn't really moved up since start. Probably good for the rest of us.
There comes Kofoid diving to the bottom, gonna run all the way around the low side of the racetrack. Trying to figure out down on the berm is Buddy Kofoid. Slingshots back up and around the top to try to reel in. Christopher Bell down the back straightaway over halfway through.
Justin Peck got up to 8th, but now he's got quite a bit of a gap, about a half straightaway up to Tyler Edwards in that 7th and final transfer spot. You're watching inside the transfer spot on your right. You're looking at Hank Davis in 4th, Timmy Buckwalter. Here comes Tyler Edwards there holding on to 7th.
Guys, Justin Peck starting to get involved in the battle for the final.
Peck of the 5P. Isn't that the one moving, making the moves around the outside? Wait.
He's not right there on Edwards and Denny yet, but he's creeping.
Can't tell. I think that's Buckwalter, actually.
Well, that's Jonathan Beeson. That was absolutely rim riding the cushion. Got
Caution's out with 5 to go.
and this is going to bunch the field back up. You saw that.
Yeah, you saw it too. Beeson was absolutely committed to right sides up the concrete wall over the cushion, trying to make speed around this racetrack.
It's the number 4Y. That is Jet Yantis, the 14-year-old.
On the inside of the racetrack.
Bit of debris as well.
Shot cover gets picked up.
But what's going to change now is Tyler Edwards had a half second on 8th, and now that's going to be completely vanished.
Something to think about here, guys. These right rear tires have been working really hard. They got heat in them. Cool outside with the vents on inside this building. It's going to cool these tires off, and they're going to lose a little bit of air pressure. That's going to tighten everyone back up on the right rear corner.
Flashback 24 hours ago to Logan Seavey on that restart where he dropped a spot to Pittman.
Yeah, it makes a big difference, especially if we string, 2-3 cautions here together. You could lose, pound and a half, 2 pounds, no problem.
It's going to be a 5-lap shootout as the lights go out around the Expo Raceway between Christopher Bell and Michael Buddy Kofoid for the lead. Hank Davis up to 3rd, Brent Cruz 4th, Timmy Buckwalter holding on that 5th spot, Jacob Denny and Tyler Edwards in the top 7 transfer positions with Beeson, Peck, and Gunnar Setzer, the rookie, in 10th.
Again, Edwards could be in big trouble here on this restart. They were coming before the yellow flag. We'll bring him back to this race. Just 25% of it left.
There we go again.
And Bell's going to start him off on the bottom, going into one with Kofoid, going
Ooh, look at the run from... I think that... Actually, no, that might have been Brent Cruz. Here comes Jonathan Beeson. Beeson started 17th. Came here from the C main.
Trying to prove that it is indeed Beeson's season inside the Expo.
Free to go.
Rim riding to the max. Slingshots his way down around the outside.
That's Buckwalter. He's trying to get around. That would be sort of sick. Oh, is he there? Oh, contact. Oh, he's there. Car flipping over. Oh, caution. 2 to go. That was the 71M. That is Brent Cruz. Oh, no.
Heartbreak for Cruz with 2 laps to go before tonight's A main.
Oh, my God.
Entrance to turn 3, he and Jacob Denny were battling inside the transfer position.
2 to go. Oh, no. Contact was set with Jacob Denny, currently listed as 4th in the 67W.
Prelim night, C to B to A and all the way to 5th. But good news is that Brent Cruz is out of the race car.
Guys, this might be the gift that Tyler Edwards needs. We're going to get a look at the IBOC replay, a couple different angles at this. As you watch Beeson going way up top, Denny and Cruz together. Beeson no letting off as you're coming through. And Cruz gets the absolute worst of it here coming off the corner.
Yeah, just to the left of your screen, you see Denny and Cruz.
Yeah, Cruz had actually slid Denny going into turn 3 and got above the cushion. Denny turned underneath him, and they had contact coming out of turn 4 right there. And that's what really slowed Brent Cruz down.
So, guys, in all of his appearances here in the building, Tyler Edwards been here for a very long time. Now restarting in the 7th position.
Brian Ward is on the back of the wrecker. Brian Ward, I can't imagine Brent Cruz is a happy camper.
Yeah, I mean, he's keeping his cool right now, but obviously frustrated and disappointed. He's not even going to take the helmet off right now. There was a line that came off and put a lot of fluid on the racetrack there. It didn't really look like oil, but it was pretty dirty. I'm not sure if it was some dirty water or some really thin oil, but there was a lot of it that they're going to have to run through. I'm seeing a stream of it behind the car as we pull into the work area here.
Looks like antifreeze to me coming out.
And
maybe
the 9U of Kyle Spence, their team's pulling him into the work area here. Team was pointing him in, and they're going right to the right rear of the 9U.
Gonna lift up on it.
Wait, what happened here?
Maybe just cranking some weight right there.
I was checking
tough to
some
tell.
stuff. I see a card. That's Kyle Spence.
Last ditch effort, I guess, with 2 laps to go.
That's the 9U.
Pick up what you can.
All right, guys, so 7th place Edwards has been here since 2010 at minimum and has never made a Saturday night amen.
Wow.
Could be huge for him.
Imagine the nerves riding around right now if you're
goodness.
Tyler Edwards. If you're Justin Peck behind him, what do you do? I mean, you have to try to go earn this thing, right? Hold on. Where's Peck at? He's falling back. Sorry. Peck's back a few positions. We have Gunnar Setzer right behind
The rookie,
Tyler Edwards.
Gunnar Setzer, going for his first A-main
Oh, yeah,
start.
Gunnar Setzer is 16, the same age as
Looking
Brent
to break a
Cruz.
long drought for his first trip.
Well, Gunnar Setzer, you wanted the stage. It's yours.
Yeah.
No better time than the present to go make something happen right here.
Christopher Bell, Buddy Kofoid.
All right, here we go. Only 2 laps to go. Let's get it done.
Can the Hoosier take it from the Sooner as they fan out into turn number 1? Down the back straight away.
It's a 3-man battle there. Bell, Kofoid, and Hank Davis.
We're down to 1 to go.
Last lap.
Final transfer, that's Stenhouse.
Yeah, Stenhouse by Setzer on that
Wait,
restart.
what?
Make something happen.
Stenhouse up to 8th. He was in 13th. Is he going to send it around the outside? It's not going to be enough, I don't think. No. Tyler Edwards gets the final spot. Bell, Kofoid, Davis, Denny, Beeson, Buckwalter, Edwards, the last 7 to make it into the A main. Wait.
They're still racing out here.
Huh?
Something is up. That might have been the checkered.
Huh?
Terry Mack
Wait a
threw
minute.
the checkered flag back. I don't know.
I could have.
Some confusion. We thought we were down to 2 to go. Counter set it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had
The
her on.
Lineup didn't change as far as your front
Right.
6.
7.
So what happened?
Kofoid, Davis, Denny, Beeson, Buckwalter.
It's the same as
in Stenhouse still one spot out, missing the show with Peck Setzer, your top 10. What a run for the rookie, though, Gunnar Setzer. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. just caught fire there as of late. Just a little too late in the going. But Jonathan Beeson, wow. He called his shot.
I mean, yeah.
Only driver to make up for the seat from anywhere back farther than the B main. Beeson, Buckwalter, Edwards.
Catch our breath for a second as the drivers make their way up the ramp in our field. Our 24-car A main event field is now set.
The oldest driver in the final is Jonathan Beeson. The youngest is Gavin Miller.
C to B to A, not unheard of, but still, I mean, hard. That's a big run.
Bell, Kofoid, Davis, Denny, Beeson, Buckwalter, Edwards.
All right, and now we wait for the A main, which it'll come soon. But I'll go over the lineup. I presume that that inside row will be the advancees from the first B main, and then the outside row will be the outside column will be the cars from the second B main. Starting 24th, driving the number 56E, 31 years old from Salina, Oklahoma, Tyler Edwards. Starting 23rd, driving the number 81F, 34 years old from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Frank Flood. Starting 22nd, driving the number 29, 34 years old from Douglasville, Pennsylvania, Tim Buckwalter. Starting 21st, driving the number 71K, 22 years old from Bixby, Oklahoma, Kenan McIntosh. Starting 20th, driving the number 8J, 36 years old from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, Jonathan Beeson. Starting 19th, driving the number 87, 34 years old from Ione, California, Justin Grant. Starting 18th, driving the number 67W, 20 years old from Galloway, Ohio, Jacob Denny. Starting 17th, driving the number 23C, 30 years old from Indianapolis, Indiana, Tyler Courtney. Starting 16th, driving the number 29S, 21 years old from Sand Springs, Oklahoma, Hank Davis. Starting 15th, driving the number 41, 19 years old from Clovis, California, Corey Day. Starting 14th, driving the number 71, 23 years old from Pen Grove, California, Buddy Kofoid. Starting 13th, driving the number 97K, 19 years old from Collinsville, Oklahoma, Christopher Bell. Also made a mistake. The youngest driver is not Gavin Miller, it is Corbin Rauschenberg. Starting 12th, driving the number 71W, 30 years old from Norman, Oklahoma, Christopher Bell. And starting 11th, driving the number 26, 16 years old from Mesa, Arizona, Corbin Rauschenberg. Now for the drivers who qualified by finishing top 2 in the A mains over the qualifying nights. Starting 10th, driving the number 1C, 19 years old from Lubbock, Texas, Brenham Crouch. Starting 9th, driving the number 87W, 31 years old from Hollister, California, Ryan Bernal. Starting 8th, driving the number 17W, 33 years old from Fremont, California, Shane Golobic. Starting 7th, driving the number 97, 18 years old from Allentown, Pennsylvania, Gavin Miller. Starting 6th, driving the number 68K, 20 years old from Franklin, Indiana, Emerson Axum. Starting 5th, driving the number 88, 28 years old from Minden, Nevada, Tanner Thorson. Starting 4th, driving the number 39, 27 years old from Sutter, California, Logan Seavey. Starting 3rd, driving the number 86, 20 years old from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, Dason Persley. Starting outside pole, driving the number 57W, 21 years old from Rio Oso, California, Landon Brooks. And on the pole, driving the number 1K, 32 years old from Elk Grove, California, Kyle Larson. Now we wait patiently for the A main to begin. It will be a 40-lap event. No one cares about advancing. You just gotta win, and you will get the Golden Driller. That's the trophy name. By the way, tomorrow is qualifying for qualifying for the Rolex. The big NASCAR there's some call out there is that Trackhouse is running a Corvette in the GTD category. So they'll have two main international, well, not international, road course racers, or their newest prospects, Shane Van Gisbergen, who will be in Cup in the 88, and Connor Zilic, who will also be in the Xfinity Series, in the 88. Okay, it's a GTD Pro, not GTD, so a higher level. They'll also have Scott McLaughlin, 3-time Supercars champion, and I think 8-time IndyCar winner. And they'll also have, or 7 or 8 times, and they'll also have Ben Keating, who has extensive experience in IMSA. Actually won the LMP2 championship with PR1 Mathiasen in 2021 and 2023. Other things to look out for are IndyCar drivers that are running the Rolex, just because they have the opportunity. What comes to mind, just looking at the list, the ones that jump out immediately are the Ganassi and Meyer-Shank boys with the Acura program. Scott Dixon and Alex Palou are known for running the endurance rounds in IMSA. They will do so. Dixon in the 60 and Palou in the 93. And Felix Rosenquist will also join Scott Dixon in the 60. It's Colton Herta in the 04 CrowdStrike. And that actually, it looks like that's it. Going through the list, any notable drivers besides the Tristan Vautier, who drove a couple races for Dale Coyne, is in the Proton number 5. Felipe Nasser, Formula F1 driver for Sauber, is in the number 7 Penske. He also just drives in IMSA full time now, I think. Also, Brendan Hartley, who does World Endurance Championship, is in the number 10 Cadillac. Same for Kamui Kobayashi in the number 40 Cadillac. Kevin Magnussen has moved from F1 to endurance racing for BMW. He'll be in the number 24 BMW. Formula E driver Robin Freitz in the number 25 BMW, along with former Formula E driver Rene Rast. Felipe Drugovich, Aston Martin reserve driver, will be in the Action Express 31, and former Mercedes reserve and F2 runner-up Frederick Vesti is also in the Cadillac for Action Express. I believe that he will be running the endurance races. Vesti will. Pair of drivers who made their IndyCar, who ran an IndyCar last year, one briefly, and one who meant to run as a rookie but was kicked out of the ride. They'll be running full-time in IMSA for Meyer-Shank, Tom Blomqvist, and Colin Braun. Roman Grosjean is running in the Lamborghini car. So is Daniel Kvyat, as well as Formula E driver Eduardo Mortara, though the long-term stability is in jeopardy for Lamborghini, considering that their old team that ran the Lamborghinis, Iron Lynx, has switched to Mercedes. I believe Riley, the LMP2 team, will be managing it for Daytona. No idea about the rest. Indy Next driver Bryce Aaron and Formula E champion Pascal Wehrlein are in the number 85 Porsche. Going into LMP2, I already mentioned Colton Herta. Paul DiResta in the number 22 LMP2 for United Autosports USA, as well as former Indy Next driver Rasmus Lind. My favorite IndyCar driver of all time, Sebastian Bourdais, is in the number 8 LMP2 for Tower Motorsports. We have former runner-up in Indy Next, Hunter McElroy, in the number 11 LMP2 for TDS Racing. We got an F1 FE driver, Antonio Felix da Costa, in the number 43 LMP2 for Inter Europol. Ben Keating, in addition to running the Corvette for Trackhouse, is also in the LMP2 for Pierre-Juan Mathiasen. We have 3 drivers in the Indy who have been in the Indy pipeline running the number 73 LMP2 for Pratt Miller Motorsports. Pietro Fittipaldi, who ran IndyCar last year for Rahal Letterman Lanigan. Callum Ilott, who will be running IndyCar this year with Prema. And James Rowe, who currently runs for Andretti in Indy Next. Felipe Massa, former F1 driver, running the number 74 LMP2 for Riley. Nicholas Nielsen, who does work for Ferrari in World Endurance Championship, is in the number 88 LMP2 with AF Course, which is basically the factory Ferrari team in endurance racing. Dane Cameron, who ran with Penske last year and won the championship for the 7 car, is now in the AO LMP2 number 99. As well as for this race, Christian Rasmussen, last year's highest performing rookie driver in IndyCar. Looking at GTD, let's see when I find anything that jumps out to me. Alexander Sims in the number 3 Corvette, former Formula E driver. James Hinchcliffe in the number 9 Lamborghini for Pfaff Motorsports. Wait. Oh, I didn't realize Pfaff Motorsports was running the Lamborghini. Nice. Townsend Bell running with Vassar Sullivan in the number 14 car. So is Kyle Kirkwood, IndyCar driver. Townsend Bell is a former IndyCar driver who is now in Duluth. Austin Cindric replacing a driver. I forgot who he was replacing in the number 64 Ford. It was just due to an illness, I think. That or a surgery. I mentioned Trackhouse. Looking at what else. Kyle Kirkwood looks like he's also making runs in the number 12 GTD. So running for both Vassar Sullivan Lexuses. Arthur Leclerc, brother of Charles Leclerc, in the number 50 Ferrari with AF, of course. I also noticed that World Endurance Championship driver Antonio Fuoco is in the Cedular Racing Ferrari GTD. Pippo Durrani, who ran with what are they called again? Action Express, is now stuck in the DXDT Corvette in the GTD class. So you got Andy Lawley, former NASCAR Rookie of the Year, in the Magnus Racing Aston Martin, as he usually does. Joey Hand, who I saw run at Chicago, leading a bit of the race in the number 66 Ford for Gradient Racing. Parker Kligerman, running for Forte Racing's Lamborghini. And Patrick Gallagher, who has run some Xfinity races in the number 96 BMW for Turner Motorsport. Trying to think about something to talk about. Because, one of stuff. And then I'll eventually start getting it for one of my things. I'm running out of, I don't know why I'm blanking. I just gotta think of something to talk about. Because we're just in a long break. T. Duddlebug saying, thank goodness that YouTube is showing it. I concur. I guess I'll talk about the IMSA season, I guess. So IMSA in 2025, the schedule is basically the same as before. Real X24 and the 12 Hours of Sebring to start with all 4 classes. Then comes the Long Beach race, which will be GTD and GTD and GCP and GTD. Laguna Seca, which is then the street race would be 100 minutes. Laguna Seca 160 minutes, no LMP2. Then the Detroit race another street race at 100 minutes with GTP and GTD Pro. Next comes Watkins Glen with all 4 divisions. Then Canadian Tire, which has no GTP with 160 minutes. Road America for 160 minutes with all 4 classes. Then VIR with just the GTD classes at 160 minutes. And then ending with the final 2 endurance races, 6 hours the Battle of the Bricks in Indianapolis, and then the 10-hour Petit Le Mans at at Road Atlanta. Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta. Now I'm curious to see how well the IndyCar advertising will help. All but one of the cars have been filled, so I'll go over a quick lineup for the IndyCar 2025 season. So I'm gonna go by what I consider the worst. Hold on. I'll look at the owner points from 2024, and then. So I'll start with the newest team is Prema Racing, a championship-winning team in lower series, in European racing, like lower formula. I think they've also had success in sports car racing. So they have the number 83 with one of the 3 rookies in the year, Robert Schwartzman, who has proven himself in F2, having done well. He ran with AF Corsa in the number 83 Ferrari. So they keep him, and Callum Ilott, who has run previously in the series for Juncos Hollinger, so he'll be in the number 90 car. They will be Chevrolet powered. The worst team, Dale Coyne Racing. We have the number 51 of Jacob Abel confirmed. He's the second rookie. He finished second in Indy Next last year, but the 18 car has still been yet to be confirmed. It's the last car, and it is typical for Dale Coyne to take his sweet-ass time when making his selections. The next worst team is Juncos Hollinger Racing. The number 77 with Stingray Robb in his 3rd straight year with a different team. He's around because of money. And the number 78 with Connor Daly, which is a interesting surprise to see. So he'll have a full-time ride again, thanks to Polka Dot. We got a podium for the team last year at Milwaukee, which was cool to watch live. After that, the next worst team is Ed Carpenter Racing. Or ECR, as they've rebranded, but screw out. I'm calling them Ed Carpenter Racing because I hate abbreviations. All right, so they'll have 2 full-time cars. The sophomore driver, Christian Rasmussen, the number 21, and Alexander Rossi, fresh from Errol McLaren, in the number 20. Next, worst team, Meyer Shank. Meyer Shank has 2 full-time cars. The longer tenured one, Felix Rosenquist, in his 2nd year with the team, and Marcus Armstrong, who moves over from Ganassi after 2 years with that team. Next up, Ray Letterman Lanigan. Anyway, because I also forgot. Dale Coyne uses Honda. Juncos Hollinger uses Chevrolet. Ed Carpenter uses Chevrolet, and Meyer Shank uses Honda. All right, moving on to Ray Letterman Lanigan, which uses Honda. We have the veteran, number 15 of Graham Rahal, who's still hasn't won a race in 8 years. Devlin DeFrancesco, a paid driver back from the damn dead. I thought we kicked his ass to the curb after 2023, but no. And the final rookie in the roster, Louis Foster, and the number 45. He was the Indy Next champion last year. All right, next up is AJ Foyt Enterprises / AJ Foyt Racing, a technical partner with Team Penske. Similar relationship exists between Ganassi and Meyer Shank. So they got Santino Ferrucci, who they've had there for a couple years now, and David Malukas, who is fresh from half a season with Meyer Shank, and one of my personal favorite drivers. Little Dave, as I like to call him, as he likes to call himself. Let's see, who's next on the list? It is... Only a few teams left. Andrew, let's see. Oh, there's 4 teams left. So let's go with McLaren. They have 3 drivers, 2 of which are new to the, well, one semi-new and one is new. Also, Flight uses Chevrolet. McLaren uses Chevrolet. They have the number 5, their veteran driver, I think for now 5 or 6 years now, Pato O'Ward, who won a couple races last year, including one that I was at, the first Milwaukee race, and I was sitting next to a Mexican couple. They were very happy. Nolan Siegel, a driver who they picked up halfway through last year, straight out of Indy Next. And Christian Lundgaard, the overperformer for Rahal Letterman Lanigan. Next up is Team Penske. Penske, the same lineup they've had since 2021. Well, minus Simon Pagenaud. The number 2, Joseph Newgarden, their face really, considering he was the first driver advertised by Fox. Two-time champion, 2-time Indy 500 winner, 31 career wins to his name. Or tied for 10th most all time with Paul Tracy, Dario Franchitti, Elio Castroneves, a fantastic driver. You got Scott McLaughlin, who came over from Supercars, was already lighting up the charts. Might have had a championship run if not for him being disqualified at St. Pete to start the year. And Will Power, the veteran, he's been around since 2006, 5 champ car. He did a few years of champ car since full time since 2006. 44 wins now. 42 wins. No, it's 44 wins. The 2 championships to his name. All right. Second is the best Penske uses Chevrolets. Next team, Andretti Global. They use Honda. So we have the number 20. So we'll see 3 main cars again. All 3 of them are either veterans overall or veterans with the team. Colton Herta, number 26, second in points last year. Won the season finale at Nashville. You got Kyle Kirkwood, who it was first year with the team back in 23. Won the second biggest race of the year at Long Beach, then won again, I think, at Nashville. And then Marcus Ericsson, the 2022 Indy 500 winner, a race that I saw from via the Jumbotron at Charlotte Motor Speedway and the pit box of Chase Briscoe. Thanks again to the crew members for letting me watch. And then finally, you got Ganassi with the pay driver Kevin Simpson, who sucks monkey fuck, and two of the best drivers to ever grace IndyCar, Scott Dixon and Alex Palou. Dixon, the 6-time champion, 58 career wins, and Alex Palou, just 11 wins to his name, but 3 championships within the last 4 years. He's a machine. How much longer could this possibly take? I thought they were gonna say it was gonna be a fast transition. Oh man, what else to talk about? I presume that once I start streaming again, certain YouTubers' fans will be watching my ARCA streams. I will not be streaming Daytona because I'll actually be at Daytona. But I can talk. I'll probably talk about the other races. So I'll be broadcasting every ARCA race, both East, West, and regular. The first race is actually next week. The first race at Kern County, Kevin Hart Return Raceway. Then the next one is the 200-mile ARCA race at Daytona. Which again I'll be at, and I'll also be sponsoring a car for. Then after that is the next race of that in March, the combo race at Phoenix Raceway, probably a 150 miler. I think. Man, I don't know what's wrong with me. So there's that. Then 2 weeks after that, the ARCA East race at Five Flags to kick off the ARCA East season. They have 4 standalone events. Starting off April is the ARCA West race at Tucson Speedway. First time I've seen that track in a while. 2 weeks after that, Easter weekend, ARCA East goes to Rockingham. And part of that track's glorious return. And please buy tickets. The ticket sales don't look great. Week after that is Talladega for the 3rd regular ARCA race. Start off May, we have the 3rd regular ARCA East race, Nashville Fairgrounds. The week after that is Kansas, which also sees ARCA back for round number 4. And the week after that is the final standalone ARCA East race at Flat Rock Speedway, and up in Michigan. Week after that, we go down to Charlotte for the 5th ARCA race of the year, which is I think the 150 miler. The next night, ARCA West hits Colorado National Speedway, the first race since Tucson. Start off June, ARCA heads to Michigan, and the week later we'll head to Berlin, and then later that night, the 2nd race at Kern County. Week after that, ARCA heads to Elko, while NASCAR heads to, well, I don't even remember where NASCAR is after Mexico, maybe Pocono. And a week after that is Lime Rock Park, as part of the first time NASCAR is heading there. In mid-July, ARCA West will head to Sonoma, along with the Cup Series. Week after that kicks off a 3 combo events in a row between ARCA and ARCA East. Dover, IRP, Iowa. Week after that, it's back to just regular ARCA at Watkins Glen. And then the next night, ARCA West at Tri-City. Week after that, we see ARCA at Springfield, which I think NASCAR is also as a Saturday race, so there's no conflict there. On Friday, after that, the week later, we see ARCA at Madison International Speedway. And the week after that, ARCA West heads to Portland, accompanying the Xfinity Series. That Sunday, we'll also see ARCA at DuQuoin, which again conflicts with the Southern 500 to my chagrin. I watched both races at the same time. On the 24th anniversary of 9/11 it will be the ARCA race at Bristol, also a combo race with the East Series. 2 days after that, ARCA West heads to All-American in Roseville, California. The week after that, ARCA goes to Salem, and then after that, the repeat race at Kansas. And then the day after that, ARCA West at Madera. What remains after that, a week later, ARCA has its season finale at Toledo. Week after that, ARCA West goes to the Las Vegas Bullring. And then in the first weekend of November, ARCA West heads to Phoenix. Okay, that's that. I'm really running out of stuff to talk about. I wish. I mean, why can't I wish they'd leave the track alone? Honestly, I think that childhood track was good as it was. I'm gonna play some WarioWare while I'm waiting. The original WarioWare. Notice I haven't ever played WarioWare. It is a series where the goal is to complete as many micro games as possible. Like 5 seconds long, basically. Let's start with the introduction games hosted by Wario. They're simple. Excellent! Yahoo! Yahoo! My streaming setup is not connected to my Switch right now, so I can't show it. Like, even if I plug my stuff into the TV right now. All right. We're almost there. Come on. I got flattened by soccer balls. Every time you get past the boss stage, the minigames level up in difficulty. Like a harder version of the same minigame. Microgame. Oh, you're like TV. Honor, if anyone here saw the Nintendo Direct, I wonder what you think of the Switch 2. I think it looks nice. I'll get it. Excellent. Damn it. Thanks for playing. Motherfucker. Shit. Fuck! I did it again. I jumped into the damn hot dog. Bah, I missed. Shit. 44 in a row on the introduction. Not bad. Alright, the sports games with Jimmy T. Go, 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 go. Skiing, weightlifting, karate chopping, balancing on a unicycle, bouncing on a trampoline, swimming, basketball, snowboarding, hurdling, soccer, or football for the rest of the world, volleyball, bowling, skateboarding, hammer throw, and boxing. And then it repeats with whatever ones I didn't get, hopefully. Chill, baby. There was a cat under his afro. Golf. Oh. Jumping rope. I think they're doing driver intros now. I fucked up karate chopping. Alright, yeah, they're doing driver. I'll do the... Tyler Edward just got his introduction.
Another driver making his first Chili Bowl main event start. From Pryor, Oklahoma, he drives the MyRacePass.com Rosie's Raceland number 81F. Frank Flood.
There's DIY, and there's doing it yourself. It's the difference between being creative and being a creator.
Now we got trampolines again.
Seymour Racing, Spike, SR11X. K-Tron Incorporated, Bentley Saloon, number 29, Tim Buckwalter. Starting on the inside of the 11th row, in the Mobile 1, Toyota TRD Curb Records, number 71K, the Extreme Midget Champion from Bixby, Oklahoma, Cannon McIntyre.
Oh, okay. Not quite go for it.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the 20th starting position, from the C to the B to the A main event,
Jonathan
he's out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
Beeson.
Driving the Beeson Hard 8, Ferguson Superstore, BA Lawn and Garden number 8J. It's Beeson season, Jonathan Beeson. Moving to the inside of row number 10 to CB Industries entry, NOS Energy Drink, TRD, pristineauction.com. The driver making his 8th A main start appearance from Ione, California, the 87. Let's hear it for Justin Grant.
Ione, okay, not Ione.
Going to the outside of your 9th row. Making his first appearance in Chili Bowl Championship competition. Driving the KKM, Kerr-Magajanian, Link Speedway Toyota, Mobile 1, TRD, number 67W out of Galloway, Ohio, Jacob Denny.
Interesting to hear a Kerr-Magajanian involved. Usually it'd be the 98.
Inside of that 9th row to Silva Motorsports, NOS Energy Drink, KNC Drywall, JVI Group, for the Midweek Money Series champion out of Indianapolis, Indiana, number 23C, Tyler Courtney. Lining up 16th tonight. He's from right down the road in Sand Springs, Oklahoma. The Matt Seymour owns Spike SR11X. K-Tron, Bentley Saloon, John Chambers Racing, number 29S. It's Hammerin' Hank Davis. Starting in the 15th position, Sander Engineering, 4C's Construction on the side of the race car. For the Turkey Night champion out of Clovis, California, number 41 is Corey Day.
I hear a lot of boos, which is honestly the way I feel about him. I don't like Corey Day.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, he is your 2024 Kevin Gobrecht Rookie of the Year with the World of Outlaws.
I think he's a spoiled brat who drives like someone trying to beat Kyle Larson without any skill for it.
71, Buddy Kofoy. Inside of the 7th row, KKM Curb Acajanian race car. Ibach Toyota TRD Mobile 1 on the machine for last year's Chili Bowl Rookie of the Year. And he's in the main event again from Collinsville, Oklahoma. Number 97K, Cale Drake.
heard Jeff Gordon is the Grand Marshal for the Chili Bowl. Or if we'll give like a command.
Your next starter comes to you from down the road in Norman, Oklahoma.
For Bell.
He drives the Speedway Toyota.
He's in his
KKM
Cup
Ream Toyota
fire
#1
suit.
Curb records at number 71W. He is a 3-time Chili Bowl Nationals champion, Christopher Bell.
Probably, in my opinion, a top 3 driver in NASCAR based on his natural ability and his
Starting on the inside of row number 6. CBC Steel Building CHI garage door. For the 15-year-old
30 years old.
Making his first
Logano is
Chili
only
Bowl
4 years
start
older
out
than
of
him.
Mesa, Arizona, number 26, Corbin Ruschenberg.
To the 10th starting spot, the former champion of the Interstate Racing Association, driver of the Crouch Motorsports, Link SR11, Horizon Whiskey, Indy Performance Composites, number 1C, his first appearance in Chili Bowl Championship competition, ladies and gentlemen, Brenham Crouch.
I couldn't be bothered to get all the sponsors because there was like 8 per car. I was making lists all freaking day.
Next up, a
I
driver
was like,
making his
nah, I
fourth
can't
A
do all
main
that.
start here at the Chili Bowl. He's in a Matt Wood Racing entry with NOS Energy drink on the side. Out of the state of California, the 87W, Ryan Burnell.
Appearing next in the lineup. This makes a dozen times he has been in championship feature competition.
A dozen?
Out of Fremont, California. Driving the Matt Wood Racing, Stanton SR11X, NOS Energy drink number 17W, Shane Galloway.
Whoever the old man is, what that's.
Driver
that's
starting in the
off they
7th
take pictures
position
with
tonight.
the
It's a
drivers.
KKM race car. Sound Gear, TRD, Toyota Mobile One on the side. The driver making his first A main start here at the Chili Bowl out of Allentown, Pennsylvania. The 97.
Gavin Miller.
Gavin Miller.
Rolling off from the 6th starting position out of Franklin, Indiana. His 3rd appearance in championship competition. Driving the KKM Carmagajanian Lake Speedway Toyota Curb Records Mobile One, number 68K, Emerson Exum.
Starting to his inside. The driver who now calls Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, his home. He's a 2022 Chili Bowl champion.
Tanner
in 88,
Thorson.
Tanner Thorson.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the 4th starting spot. He is the 2-time and defending champion of the Chili Bowl Nationals.
Logan Seavey.
Driving the Kevin and Jordan Swindell, Mike Kerr, Bertram Motorsports, Victory Fuel, Spike Stanton SR11, number 39. Ladies and gentlemen, Logan Seavey.
Starting in your 3rd position. It's a CB Industries race car, pristineauction.com, NOS Energy drink. The driver is your 2024 USAC Midget Champion out of
Dason Pursley.
The 86, Dason Pursley.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to your front row. Lining up to the right. Out of Rio Oso, California. Driving the Matt Wood Racing, Stanton SR11X, Factory QRC, Craft Builders, Western Featherlight number 57.
Landon Brooks.
Making his first start in Chili Bowl National Championship competition. Ladies and gentlemen, Landon Brooks.
And then, of course, we all know who number 1 is.
And the driver who has earned the pole position for tonight's event in a Silva Motorsports. Flow Racing, HendrickCars.com, JVI Group. He's a two-time champion of the Chili Bowl Nationals from California of the 1K, Kyle Larson.
Wow, I didn't expect that many boos.
Ladies and gentlemen, the field has been announced. It's time to get hyped for the 2025 Chili Bowl Nationals.
It all started with a bowl of chili. First sponsored by the Chili Bowl Food Company of Bob Berryhill in 1987, the name stuck. But what makes this race different than all the rest?
It's indoors.
For starters, it takes place in a nearly 450,000 square foot building in Oklahoma known as the SageNet Center. Constructed in 1966, you can't miss the 76-foot golden driller that guards its entrance. This state monument is dedicated to the men of the petroleum industry who, by their vision and daring, have created from God's abundance a better life for mankind.
My alarm again when the alley chimes.
For the purest form of motorsports in the world, it means something even more. Winning a golden driller solidifies you as one of the best. There is no other race on earth that brings every discipline together to compete in one place quite like this. Sprint cars, late models, modified, stock cars, you name it.
Maybe an open
the
wheel.
Champions list reads as a who's who in American motorsports. From Vogler to Blaney, Boat, Borst, Cruzman, Drake, McCready, Stewart, Gardner, and of course, Sammy. Kevin won 4 in a row before BC finally broke through in 2014. Rico, Bell, Larson, Thorson,
Well, Brian
all got
Clausen
theirs.
with BC.
And now, Logan Seavey sits atop the throne. The tradition continues in 2025 for the 39th time, and the stakes are even higher. It's 350 plus cars. It's slide or die. Make it through your qualifying night, take no prisoners, and maybe, just maybe, you can get yourself a driller. Welcome to Tulsa. Welcome to the Chili Bowl Nationals.
Remember my first Chili Bowls I watched, I think it was 21. Christopher Bell flipped in the waning laps, I think from first or second.
I'm sorry NASCAR, I'm sorry Daytona, but this is the biggest effing race I've ever won.
It's kind of wild seeing like what a burnout looks like in a midget. No, I don't want no stinking ads. Thank you.
It is truly our honor to bring you the 39th annual Chili Bowl Nationals, powered by NOS Energy Drink, live here on Flow Racing. Caleb Hart, Chris Wilner, Clinton Boyles will be the three in the booth who get the challenge to tell the story that you're going to watch with your eyes coming up for the 39th Chili Bowl Championship that is coming up, and the fantastic field of drivers that are doing it. Guys, you ready?
Oh, born ready. I mean, this is what we waited all week for. 5,000 laps since we started the Tulsa Shootout. It all leads down to this, the final event in this building, before we have to wait a whole nother year, Clinton Boyles, to come back in. It is a star-studded field. 24 of the best to ever do it. We're about to have an absolute blast.
I'm not worried about waiting a whole nother year. We're here right now.
Great, I don't need it to start spazzing now. Come on. You've got to be kidding me.
Guys, it's time. To the infield, Brian Ward, Blake Anderson, Chris Moore, and Earl Hoon. Who you got tonight?
Well,
first off, happy holidays, fellas. Christmas.
My pick is Jason Pursley, honestly. The way he was ripping through the field in the pole shuffle.
He's going to win his first Chili Bowl tonight. The USAC National Midget Champion. He shined during the pole shootout. Give me Jason Pursley.
Cute pick. I respect that. But boys, it's go time here in Tulsa. It does not get any better than this. Goosebumps right now. Got him. Check. You know what else is going to be checked? All these rowdies are having fun as hell right now. Check. And here's the third check. Buddy Kofoid is going to win.
He's starting far back.
Thriller, boys.
He could make it up.
From deep and is qualifying to be in the hunt. Give me Michael Buddy Kofoid.
Well, Blake said he did not want to take the layup. I want to take the layup of the guy on the pole in the 1K, but I'm not going to take the layup. I'm going to take the slam dunk.
Kyle Larson.
The guy that has got two of them in the bag already. He did it in the red and white car. He did it in the red and yellow car. This year, the Victory Fuel car is going back to Victory Lane in black and purple. I'm going Logan Seavey.
Logan Seavey, okay.
You're all wrong.
That would be 3 in a row.
You're all wrong. The fastest camp here all week has been Matt Wood Racing. And the leader of that group is Shane Golobic. And you know what he said in his prelim night runner-up interview? We're going to get one in this building, and I think it's going to be this week. Well, damn it, that means it's tonight. Guys, give me Shane Golobic. We love you. We can't wait to get this thing going.
Well done, guys. That was a lot of words, Earl. Here we go. Clinton Boyles, take the honors, sir.
I mean, Brian. Brian, you are the layup guy. That was your move. Since you took my slam dunk, I'll take the layup. I mean, how do you go against the guy? He's in here. He's getting booed at driver intros. That's how you know he is damn good in this building. I'm taking Young Money, Kyle Larson, to win tonight's 40-lap feature.
It's a solid pick, Clinton Boyles. I think a lot of folks in here saw kind of vintage Kyle Larson in this building this week, back to his old routine, starting on the pole. But I tell you what, I am going with his rival, the driver that held him off to win the non-wing finale for the Tulsa Shootout. His return to the building for the first time in 3 years. I have never seen Christopher Bell happier behind the wheel of a race car and in this building. He told me he's having some of the most fun he's had in years, and Christopher Bell's right at home.
He finally do dirt racing again because he got banned by Gibbs.
Bell for his 4th Chili Bowl Nationals trophy coming from 15th.
All right, well, you've left me a great field of drivers to choose from. We've talked a little bit about streaks and how guys tend to put together multiple wins in a row in this one. From the streak that the Swindells were on, briefly interrupted by the late Brian Clausen, the streak that Rico Abreu went on, the winning streak that followed with Bell, and then Kyle Larson. And here in the last couple of years, Logan Seavey. There's one outlier in this, and I know it's bugging this guy that he didn't put one together before it or one together after it. It might get interrupted by a couple of years by one of his biggest competitors, but I'll take Tanner Thorson to pick up his 2nd Chili Bowl win. He's got a good starting spot. He's got good motivation. He's got a great race car, and he's got the talent. Thorson, for me, of the guys that are left.
Absolutely.
Now, that being said, anybody can win this thing. I think this is our arguably most talented field from diverse backgrounds that we have had for an A-Main in a long time.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for anybody. I don't care if your name's Larson or your last name's Brooks and you're sitting here on the front row of your first ever Chili Bowl Nationals. It doesn't matter. It is an absolutely incredible atmosphere, but I really do think experience, Clinton Boyles, pays off. Yes, it's not 55 laps, it's 40 laps. Doesn't matter. It's how you're going to maintain this race pace if you're up front, and it's how you're going to, really, really dip and dive your way through the field if you're a little bit farther back. I think tonight, no matter what, how fast your car is, experience is going to pay off. That's why I'm looking at the Bells, the Larsons, the Thorsons, and the Seavies that maybe come up front here. And the cream always rises to the top, right?
I couldn't agree with you more. This is the Chili Bowl. You get to see all these people around you. You get to have all these fans here, and you're gonna be nervous. I don't care who you are.
I've gone over the starting lineup, and then they went over it too. I'm not going over it
You're gonna
a third
be
time.
better off than these rookies for the first time. That's why I agree with you. I think the veterans of this race are gonna dominate.
I'll tell you what, though, you saw Tanner Thorson, and that's why I loved your pick, Caleb Hart, because he drives with a lot of emotion. He takes a lot of pride in his equipment, builds his own cars, works on his own cars. And you're right, he kind of always seems to race with a little chip on his shoulder. And boy, racing Christopher Bell on his prelim night showed that.
There's not a bad pick in the field again, guys. And now they are settling into 2x2 formation for this 40-lap A-main event. It has been decades since we went less than 50, much less 55. Tonight, a new curveball in the game. It's been a beautiful racetrack all the way in and through since the drop of the green at the shootout, all the way into now. We're going to finish it off with 40 from the best in the world.
Well, I got goosebumps. I don't know about you.
Always do, right?
Yep.
This is the point in time that all those years that we didn't get to be live at this, we would still sit here and watch the hair stand up on end on our shoulder, and now we get to do it with all of the rest of you in America. Crack a beer, hug your best buddy, grab some grub, and get ready to enjoy the best main event you're ever going to see.
Absolutely. Double up signal has been given behind the Patriot Auto Group
All right.
pace truck, the official pace truck of the Chili Bowl Nationals. This is when it all comes down to it. 40 laps separating a driver from the ultimate glory in auto racing. Will it be a repeat winner? Will we have a first-time winner? 6 first-time Chili Bowl A-main starters in the field. Oh, man, I'm excited, and I'm ready to go.
For my boy Larson.
A lot of good storylines from the young
A Hendrick
talents,
W
the old
anytime
Riley
is
veterans.
good for me.
Guys, a couple things to note here. This is the first time all week we've seen them till the bottom of the racetrack before any sort of feature or a race. That's something that's going to definitely play a factor into this. And we already saw after 2 hot laps, the bottom has looked better down there than we've seen at any sort of point.
A lot of
in
drivers
this,
have been hopping
this
that
week. So
berm on
look
the
for these guys
inside.
to be around the bottom side of the racetrack here for a few laps, guaranteed. Definitely more than we've seen in those B mains or C mains.
The question has always been, how many laps does it take for somebody to go exploring the high groove? And it's an excellent point, Clint Boyles. They did just make the bottom better. We don't see a heavy lockdown surface at the moment. They've left some slick in it, but at the same time, about to find out, like, a lot of guess out there.
Yeah, normally the guess is when do we go high. Right now, I think the guess is how long do we stay low. I know it's kind of the same thing, but the bottom's the curveball. Every prelim feature this week, it was the first guy that got to the top was the best guy for it, and usually it was happening by lap 2 or 3. Now I think we're going to spend some laps on the bottom of the racetrack. We're going to spend some time down there fighting for the bottom before the top really comes in and becomes that dominant groove. And when it does come in, boy, how long before we're riding the wall?
Caleb Hart, the lights have gone out for the final time. The pace truck's going to dip off into the
All
infield.
right.
24 of the best racers ready to go for the
40
39th
laps.
running of the Chili Bowl Nationals.
8 miles.
Larson and Brooks into turn number 3 and out of corner number
Here we go. We're green in the A-main for the Chili Bowl Nationals. Who's going to get the lead, Larson or Brooks? Larson is clear.
Pursuit around the high groove. They both go to the bottom of 3 and 4. Lap number 1 at the 39th Chili Bowl belongs to Kyle Larson.
Logan Seavey wasting no time in that poor starting position to go to the top side, trying to follow Landon Brooks there in 1 and 2. But here goes Jason Pursley.
Trying to go around the outside. Here comes Thorson. 3 wide off of 4. Pursley holds on in 3rd. Logan Seavey trying to pass for 4th. Or no, he's going to hold on to 4th. Thorson, 4th and 5th, having the winners of the last 3 Chili Bowl Nationals. Seavey 4th, Thorson 5th.
Who's after Landon Brooks in 2nd as Larson distances.
Time to settle in, but got to keep Larson in striking distance. Can't let him run away with this one here early as you continue to watch Tanner Thorson trying to track down Logan Seavey. That's for the 4th spot. Emerson Axon.
Thorson ripping around the high side, trying to get a run down the backstretch on Logan Seavey. Can't get there. John tries to the inside. Still no. Thorson taking the low line, trying to slide job. He gets the slide job. Thorson the 4th. A wheelie there for Logan Seavey. He rings it around the outside and takes back the 4th position. This is the battle for 2nd now we're looking at. Jason Pursley looking for a move around. Landon Brooks. Brooks was by far the fastest person in qualifying today. Qualifying, I mean the pulse shootout.
Jason Pursley and Landon Brooks have been sizing each
Two great battles in the top 5. The only exception being Larson being completely unopposed at the moment. Thorson slides back in front of CV. CV cuts down to the bottom. Ooh. Oh, we got a caution for an overturned car. Jonathan Beeson, the only driver to make it from the C main to the A main, is upside down. Okay, on his side.
Sideways until it landed on its lid.
We completed 9 laps out of the 40.
Coming from the corner as the crew gets to Jonathan Beeson.
Take a look at the IBOC instant replay for the first time here in the A feature. What happened to Jonathan Beeson from the infield cam? And you see him, wow. Yep, went for a ride.
Yeah, front ends all tore up, guys. The right front axles bent back, radius rods. Jonathan Beeson's going to need a hook from the front. His chili bowl's going to be done.
And I don't know if Jonathan was really trying to get up on the cushion. It almost seemed like he biked up and just landed there, got tight and landed there more than was attempting to get up on the wall.
So we've been all over the top 5. Haven't had a chance to really look backwards yet. Of movers, Bell from 12th to 9th?
Yeah,
okay.
15th to 9th. So Christopher Bell on the move. Golubic's picked up 1.
Kofoid's kind of staying in place at the moment.
Yeah.
So are Davis and Day.
Bell from 12th, Dave from 15th has only made up 2 spots. Looking at our B main transfer cars as well. Cale Drake inside the top 15.
Just not much yet.
Yeah. Everybody, like Clinton Boyles was saying, just trying to figure out where their race car is working. We've seen multiple line changes. A lot of moisture throughout this racetrack, but I have a feeling, Clinton, about if we get back to green and get a solid 5-6 laps in, this thing's going to start changing.
Yeah, absolutely. And this yellow is a good time for track change because it's going to clean off that middle groove. We see kind of the dirty part is it just disappears, right? Especially down in 3 and 4 where these guys are able to spin their tires. So that cleans up the middle groove, throws all that dust up to the top and dirties it up, opens that bottom lane back up on this restart for a corner or two before these guys can get going again and clean that top side up.
It seems weird to say that we're 25% of the way through this race already, a traditional 55 lapper, but now we are. We're a quarter of the way done, and yeah, you've had 9, almost 10 laps to experiment, figure out where your car like to be. This is also the first real opportunity for those drivers under yellow to grab on the adjustments and make their cars better.
Yeah, track's already started to change. You want to get ahead of the game on your shocks and set yourself up for the next 10, 15 laps if you are, dialed back a little bit at the start. So yeah, great opportunity for these guys to communicate with their crew chiefs or crew guys around the racetrack. Give some signals, let you know, take a deep breath, settle back in, and go back to war.
There's not supposed to be any two-way communication, but we know there is one-way communication from those guys on the ramp and in the pits, and they're using whatever hand signals they've worked out in advance about telling those guys, twist the shock knob this way, move your lane this way, whatever it's going to be.
Yeah.
We'll see how that plays out over the next green flag run.
We talked about a couple of the movers, but man, Corbin Ruschenberg would have loved to have that start of the race back. He dropped all the way to 20th after starting 11th.
Damn.
But the lights are out with 9 laps in the book, still 31 to go. It's Kyle Larson leading the field back to the green flag.
Experience quick. Here we go. We're green again. Larson wasting no time getting into the lead. Can Landon Brooks get anything on it? Wow, he just pulls away down the straightaway, not helping Brooks with a slight wheelie. Seavey getting back around Tanner Thorson for 4th place. And there's Emerson Axum looking behind both of them. To the inside of that is Shane Golovic.
Seavey's car didn't seem to really take off on that start. He tried to shoot to the high side and almost sputtered trying to fire off to the top side.
There's a battle between Axum and Golovic for 6th.
They're losing touch with 3rd, and here comes Emerson Axum. Axum down low on Seavey trying to take 5th away.
Landon Brooks' car keeps kind of taking off down the back straightaway. And what I mean by taking off is it keeps like wheeling. The front wheels keep popping off.
Bottom in 1 and 2, he'll set up the top side, kind of run in up over the cushion, angle it up on the hill, and then back down over the fluff, and there goes Dason.
Yeah, so they're running the highlight. Ooh, it looks like Landon Brooks going to hit the wall, and Dason Persley now takes 2nd spot. He is my pick to win, even though I want Larson to win.
That way Kyle cannot just get ramped out and gone on him before he has a chance to adjust.
Now Kyle's doing it in 1 and 2 as well, and he's brought the whole field nice, way up high up on the racetrack. 4 in the fluff for Kyle Larson here with 25 to go.
We used to call it the hard line. It's getting renamed now. All the way up and above the cushion as Larson pacing this
That is
field.
so high. Oh my God. Little while back in the pack. Golovic by Emerson Axum.
That's Shane Golovic starting to pick his way forward.
Looking back now, Tanner Thorson. No, wait. Tanner Thorson and Landon Brooks. That's the battle for third.
Thorson able to make speed just a hair down from that line.
Pursley looks like he's catching up ever so slightly to Larson. Especially in the turns. Here we go. There's 24th place. Oh God! Larson hopping on the inside of the track. Here's the 26, Corbin Ruschenberg.
Pursley gets to play Predator here, although getting that lap car in between them going to be a huge deal for Kyle Larson. Larson gets in and underneath Ruschenberg.
Oh my God! Larson having trouble pulling away now.
Really quick, or else Kyle's going to get gone.
Yeah, miscue by Pursley there.
We're halfway through. Larson's wheeling a bit as well.
With Kyle Larson, that cost him a ton of time. Still not by Corbin Ruschenberg.
Now the good news for Jason Pursley is Larson's got side-by-side traffic here at the halfway point.
Just beyond, in fact.
Oh my God! That was a large wheelie by Landon Brooks. As Thorson still trying to track him down. 18 to go. Pursley finally gets by Ruschenberg. A lot of traffic. Oh my God! Trying to split the middle between. Oh my God! He didn't get by any of them. Oh no! Oh, there's a wreck. Oh, Larson got by it. Oh my God! He ran over the car that spun in the middle of 3 and 4.
Oh my goodness! I told you guys, gotta be careful.
Who is that? Horizon Whiskey.
Brennan Crouch is.
Brennan Crouch, who started
the worst
10th.
end of that one is Brennan was running in the 18th spot.
So far, so good on the Larson car. Here's the up top view of it. Let's look on the right side. Radius rods together. Axle looks straight-ish. Ibach replay coming up to watch it again. Coming into traffic, that's Denny getting up and over Crouch.
Crouch seemed off the pace.
Hit pretty friendly there for Kyle. We get another look at it right here.
God.
And it was Justin Grant actually made contact with Brennan Crouch that got Crouch out of sorts.
And so now Kyle's up there feeling what that fluff is.
They're trying to just pack that fluff back in. That fluff is crumbly and slick up there. You spin your tires in it super easily. So if you can get that rolled in, you can really carry speed. Kyle wants that line ran in because if he's up there carrying that speed, be able to carry entry speed up on that bank, you're not going to catch him. I mean, it's like driving a wing sprint car around here at Mach 30. He can just be so precise and so good. As soon as that thing slows down underneath the cushion, that's when everyone's cars kind of come back into play. And Kyle talked about how he didn't think he had the best car. They needed to go to work. Obviously, they found something, but Kyle's running a hero line right here where car only does so much for you. Him just being a phenomenal talent is carrying this thing right now.
Let's reset it for you before we go back under green. Larson, Pursley, Brooks, Thorson, and
Going
senior
single file.
top 5 with Golovic, Bernal, Miller, Axum, and Christopher Bell, the top 10. 17
Here we go again. We're green. No, we're not.
Very quick. In fact, it came on literally right as Kyle hit the hammer.
Guys, I think they were having lineup issues. Brennan Crouch and Jacob Denny were side by side.
Got a black flag.
It's supposed to be a single file restart.
No,
there
bunch of fluid all over in the bottom of turn number 4 and through the middle, off the high side of 3 to the middle of 4. Fluid all over the racetrack.
What happened?
Any idea if any of you guys seen anybody pull off that we've missed or?
Not yet.
We'll keep an eye on it. Maybe if this car's still out there on the racetrack. But the lights have gone back out. So again, 17 laps to go. Reg at the top 10. Buddy Kofoid right outside the top 10 in 11th. Drake and Day follow him. But it's Larson, Pursley, and Brooks.
There we go again.
The green flag now is back out with 17 laps to go.
Pursley's going to go way upstairs.
That's 3.4 miles.
On the bottom and behind him.
Brooks trying to challenge for second on Pursley.
As there goes Kyle back in, up and around the top.
16.
Pursley going to follow him. Brooks follows suit as your top 3.
Pursley trying to attracted to Larson like a magnet to the back of that number 1.
Top side of this racetrack in 3 and 4. Pursley got a little tight there and got crossed up as here comes Shane Gall.
15 to go.
Challenging Tanner Thorson for position.
Golobic now in fourth.
Restart, he was 6, so he got by Seavey and Thorson on the restart, finding something down low.
Golobic finished second to Larson on night 1 of the qualifiers.
Pursley starting to run back in. Kyle
Ooh.
Larson, although lost a ton of time off
Bad
the
straightaway for Jason Pursley. Now is a half straightaway lead for Larson as we now have 13 to go.
From Larson way back to Jason Pursley.
Pursley, boy, that's the second straight time he's had a problem coming off of 2 and getting down the back straightaway. He arguably had been making a better launch off of 4, but that race car is hard to handle right now for Pursley.
Landon Brooks looks like he's getting closer to that number 86.
Landon Brooks was showing the nose on the inside. He'll go back to the top of the tire tracks of Jason Pursley this time around. 12 laps to go here in the
11 now.
Brooks now with the slider.
Ooh, slide job by Landon Brooks fails on Jason Pursley. Meanwhile, we're coming to 2 miles, 10 laps to go to cap off this week of midget racing.
Pursley, but go in the middle again, that's going to cost him a bunch of ground.
Pursley really struggling. Here comes Brooks with the slide job in 3 and 4. Almost clips the nose, and Brooks goes to second. Pursley trying to get back, no. Off of 2, that number 86 is still struggling. Does Brooks have time to catch Young Money? 8 to go.
He's actually found a nice little
1.6 miles.
in the center of the straightaway and burying the car down to the bottom of turn number 1.
Oh, a hop from the 1 in 4. 7 to go. Now encountering lap traffic. That was side by side. He seems trying to steam past the 56.
He's got all sorts of slower traffic because here
56
comes Pursley and Landon Brooks
of that's Tyler Edwards.
The gap's starting to shrink now as the battle
Pursley catching back up to Landon Brooks. This is a battle for second place. There's 1.2 miles to go. Whoa! That 57 was sideways off. But we have 1 mile, 5 laps to go. Pursley retakes second spot.
puts a big old move on Ruschenberg to put him another lap down, but Dason Pursley's cleared.
Wow! Pursley rides the wall down the front stretch. Almost loses second spot to Landon Brooks. We have 4 to go now. That Flow Racing car. Oh, no! Oh, he rides the wall. Oh, he keeps the lead. Oh, but we have a caution.
It had to be for Kyle.
Oh, my God.
It had to be for Kyle, but also the front straightaway signage is littered across the front straightaway.
Oh!
Oh, my goodness.
So that was on lap 37.
Did he just blow it?
And now...
I mean, the car's still going.
What do they do?
He wrecked the signage straight off the front stretch.
How?
My God.
I mean, Kyle Larson runs over a crash lap car.
Damn.
Stays going. Kyle Larson basically crashes on the front stretch, keeps going, and gets a yellow.
Thorson on the ramp, by the way.
I don't know if that's lucky or not.
Thorson,
like, Larson, I mean, lack traffic can be a bitch. Like, his car, he didn't get a good exit off 4. Wow. That thing rode the wall, turned 90 degrees the wrong to the left, managed to get it straight and hold on to the lead before it goes yellow.
I think, but I feel like Dason was just going to run right around him in 1 and 2.
Well, good thing a caution came out. I mean, I don't...
That Tanner Thorson has done this one. He went up the ramp.
I wonder if that fluid earlier was from Tanner Thorson. I saw some smoke out of his car in 1 and 2, and yeah, word on top that Tanner was spewing fluids. But even for Kyle Larson, how many lives do you have?
Clint, the other night, Thorson was pushing oil late in that feature, smoking a lot, and I just wonder if he doesn't have a breather on there. That's why I was talking to a couple crew guys down there saying maybe not running a breather and a little overfill.
The lights are out with Larson, Pursley, Brooks, your top 3. Golobic to 4th, Bernal,
Miller, we're going to have 3 laps to go. 6/10 of a mile. Let's do this. Not a good launch for Dason Pursley. He hit the wall. Looks like he sent it to the inside. The slide job fails. Larson with a 1/3 of a straightaway lead.
But Larson, a little bit of breathing room.
There we go.
Here comes Dason
2 laps to go.
He's going to have one more opportunity. He's going to
oh, caution again. 97.
In turn 3, Cale Drake.
Cale Drake, last year's Rookie of the Year of the Chili Bowl.
Like the slider attempt and then having to get back to the top?
Yeah, because, you know, Dason did not have a good start down the front stretch, so I think that was a bit of a Hail Mary deal. If he can keep up on a restart here and Kyle doesn't slide himself, then yeah, Dason is going to absolutely blow his doors
first off, go ahead, Blake.
Sorry, couldn't hear. I'm not wondering if they give you a replay in the start. Watch Dason start. He got up high into the cushion, really bogged it down.
Yeah.
To the point where he was on the wall in 4. I swear to you, those tires were coming off concrete there.
Do we have a replay?
Down the front straightaway. And here is the IBOC replay. Watch this, guys. Pursley coming through, touches it.
I saw that.
He is riding concrete 3 on that start.
You look
a
how far
bad
back he is
launch.
and then throws a slider and gets, fairly close to Kyle. The good thing for Kyle is when he goes up that wall, he can turn down the hill really easily if he needs to.
Guys, we've talked about losing mud covers a lot today and throughout the week. Check out the right front on Cale Drake's car from hanging that cushion. It is peeled back and barely hanging on at one of the 3 points of contact there.
Yeah, he clobbered that mud cover on the right front. We're down to 2 left. It's Larson, Pursley, Brooks, Golovic, Bernal, Seavey, Miller, Axum, Kofoid, and Bell. Your running order here late. They rolled it back, so we'll still have 3 laps to go.
I just think if you're Dason Pursley, you have to absolutely get a good restart. I understand maybe thought he had a better of a run on the slider line, but almost you need to just follow Kyle on the top, get that big old run, and set something up in turn 3.
Let's just look at mentality.
I don't know that you need to fire above the cushion right here if you're Dason. Like, just keep it simple. I don't think you have to have a hero restart, and hopefully he realized that on the last one. If he just maintains somewhat close to Kyle, he can throw a bomb.
Coming to green, 3 laps to go for Larson.
Here we go again.
At the Chili Bowl.
It's a better start for Pursley. He'll dive low in 1 and 2.
Another slide job attempt not successful.
And there's Kyle adding all that.
Oh, he rode the wall down the backstretch. Here comes Pursley. He slides up. He can't complete the pass. Larson holds on. 2 laps to go.
Dason Pursley's got to nail 1 and 2. They're going to ride the ramp off the corner. Pursley's going to set his sights on Larson into turn 3. Both
Here we go. Coming now. White flag is out. Last lap at Tulsa. Who's going to win it? Third of a straightaway lead. Pursley gets a bad run off a 2. It'll be 3 golden drillers for Kyle Larson, who wins the Chili Bowl Nationals.
3-time champion Kyle Larson gets it done in absolute spectacular fashion. Dason Pursley and Shane Golovic, your podium finishers. What a run for Shane.
All right, Dason Pursley second, Shane Golovic third, Ryan Bernal fourth, Landon Brooks fifth, Buddy Kofoid sixth, Logan CV seventh, Gavin Miller eighth, Emerson Axum ninth, Christopher Bell in 10th. That is the finish of the 2024-25 Chili Bowl Nationals. But wow, that was good stuff to watch. All right. Anyway, that's it for this. Again, tomorrow is Rolex qualifying. Saturday will be the start of the Rolex and our first ARCA West race. But that's when I'll do my next stream. But thanks to everyone who showed up today. Hope you enjoyed. BowserJrXD signing off. Have a good one.